Hello again, everybody, and welcome to 4-Star Chicago Sports. It is Bears and Packer week, and it is a titanic matchup. And as always, we got a special guest for you. Zach Pearson's in the house. We're going to break down some X's and O's. We're going to get all up in this matchup, find out what key matchups he thinks are going to be important to this victory on Sunday as we go for 2 in a row in Lambeau. We're going to talk about it right after this.
Windy City banners rocking 4 stars align. Dynasty dreams rise, Bulls in their prime. Cubs curse shattered, the victory divine. Fields be running, clock ticking on my timeline. Shot down heroes, legends never fade. Black Hawks flying, cutting ice with the blade. White Sox diamonds, the South Side parade. 4 stars shine bright, legacies they made. Mike with the crown, air rain, no dispute. Sweetness in the backfield, Walter in pursuit. Bear down Sunday's midfield, battles cute.
Do you have beef with Coach Johnson?
I was waiting for this. I don't know Ben Johnson.
So do you have beef?
Do I have beef? I don't know Ben Johnson. I respect him as a football coach. He did a nice job.
Yeah, but do we not feeling the same thing right now?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if you don't know him, why is it tight in here?
It's not tight. I'm not tight. I thought it was interesting.
What was interesting?
I thought the press conference was interesting, but I don't have beef with him.
And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year.
I don't get it all into that stuff. I thought it
but
was.
But you'll harness it.
He'll see the eye emojis after a win. You'll send.
I don't have his number, so that won't happen.
You gonna Jim Harbaugh him after a game?
No,
you beat him?
I would never do that.
Do you have the strength to do that?
I don't know. Probably not. Apparently not. Apparently not.
No.
We had to get a flashback. We've been opening the shows with some Packers Bears rivalry stuff. I thought that was an interesting podcast. How you doing?
He winked. He's like, I don't know. Am I?
You know what? Anything to get this rivalry off, and it is off, man. It is off and running, and I am so stoked for this. You know, the first win in Lambeau since 2015 came in this same calendar year. And for those who don't know, in the 106-year history of the Chicago Bears, they've never had 2 victories in Lambeau Field in the same calendar year. So let's make some history on Sunday. Zach, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Like we were talking before, it's usually at this point in the year, you're kind of focusing on the draft and what's going to happen in free agency. Last year was the coaching search, but yeah, what a turn of events here. 367, 8 days later, going from firing your coach to number 1 seed in the NFC North going into December for the first time since 2006. So yeah, it's exciting times.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess to kick this off, Kyle, why don't you go ahead and ask him the first question, because I got something that I got to handle really quick. So Kyle, go ahead and rip it off for me.
Well, yeah, Zach, a lot of the discussion on 4-Star Chicago Sports for the last few weeks has been focused around Caleb Williams, obviously, due to the fact that he's playing so well and the Bears are winning. Much of the discussion around Caleb Williams this season has been focused on his low completion percentage. Ben Johnson recently said the Bears had been winning in spite of their passing game. Do you expect Caleb's efficiency to improve by season's end? And do you think that his completion percentage is becoming an overrated metric given that the team continues to win football games?
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll improve by the end of the season. How much? I don't know. I think if the Bears want to go far, he's going to have to improve. It's nothing that I'm like red flag, red alert worried about. I think we go back to that 70% that Ben Johnson said, what was it, right before training camp, OTAs around that area. And I think Ben did that on purpose. Like, you look last year, there was 5 or 6 quarterbacks that got to 70% completion percentage. This year, I think there's 1, and I think it's
Drake May.
Drake May, right? Yeah. It's a hard number to reach. And I think Ben did it on purpose to make a high goal. And he probably felt like, Caleb's probably not going to hit that. Or, if he gets close to it, it's a win. So, yeah, I don't make too much of the 70%. I know everyone is. I'm more worried, it is lower than you'd want it to be at this point. But they are winning football games, so you can't really complain. I think it's 12 games with Ben Johnson right now. With Caleb Williams, I think we're going to see improvement eventually. I think the good thing to notice is that Caleb is pointing out where the struggles are with the accuracy, whether it's the footwork, his legs not, he said his legs really didn't feel good before a game to get him settled and high throws, things like that. So I'm not too particularly worried right now.
Jay?
Yeah, my question is really more about the culture. I know Ben Johnson thinks that's a buzzword or whatever. So let's put him aside and let's put Dennis Allen aside.
Yeah.
What are you seeing at Hallis Hall with these assistant coaches and these position coaches? What are they doing that's developing these players? Because it seems like seemingly there's a never-ending supply of these young, talented, or we didn't even know if they were talented, but these guys coming in, against Pittsburgh, we have 2 first-time starting linebackers with combined for 30 tackles. I mean, amazing. You got Nashawn Wright, who, this time last year couldn't even find a roster. Now he's like the most turnovers in the league right now, which is insane.
Yeah.
What do you see? What's going on at Hallis Hall that we haven't seen as Bears fans in like forever? And for me, 49 years. But as a fan, I guarantee the layman hasn't seen it at all. So what are you seeing?
Coaching. It's just simple as that. Coaching, details, focus in on certain things. When we first saw this coaching staff, not at a press conference, but instead coaching the players, you just saw how vocal they were. And I brought this up a bunch of times. It's not just coaching the starters or getting on the starters for messing up. It's in training camp, getting on the 5th string running back for messing up, who's probably, didn't make the team. It's guys like that, that they're taking the time to coach those guys as well. And I think the key thing is, and I noted it in one of my notebooks in training camp, we saw Kyler Gordon out there at safety. We saw TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds flip the linebacker spots. So I think working in those guys, getting reps for Nashawn Wright, getting reps for guys like Nick McLeod, DeMarco Jackson, Noah Sewell was in on first team reps at times. I think it's just kind of a mixture of that, a combination of that. And then also in the meeting rooms, everyone's participating. Everyone's got attention. Everyone's focused. Everyone's answering questions. They're not just breaking down plays of this guy. It's everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a guy 1 or you were a guy 95 on the roster this offseason. They were going to coach you up. And I think that's a huge, huge thing that we're seeing translate right now because, like you said, we're seeing these guys that Nashawn Wright, who couldn't find a roster at the end of last season, coming in and essentially playing really well. DeMarco Jackson, a linebacker, Noah Sewell, amen, who's been in the league, but guys like that making an impact right away.
I mean, I wish Nate McLeod would do a little bit better, but everybody else seems to be doing really good.
That is true. Yes.
And one thing that I was thinking, I was listening to a show earlier, and they were talking about execs of the year. And I just wanted to get your opinion on this. Based on how this draft class has performed, because at the beginning of the year, everyone had a lot of questions. Now you're starting to see Trapilo add to this draft class. I know Turner got hurt and Zay Frazier, maybe we'll see him next year. When you start looking at all the injuries, him bringing in Gardner Johnson, and just as we just said, this coaching staff and how things have developed and how deep they've had to go and to survive the last couple of weeks. Do you think Ryan Poles' name should be in the hat for exec of the year? Because I'm not really hearing it. I'm hearing some other names, but I'm not hearing Ryan Poles, and I really think Ryan Poles should be in there right now.
Pretty good rookie class.
Yeah, probably just based on the rookie class. You got, I consider 7th round picks lottery picks. Execs and scouts will tell you, we did scout this guy. Obviously they did, but they knew he was going to be good. I always thought Kyle Monangai was going to be a bonus. Anything he could get you was going to be a bonus this year. And it's turned out that's been more than a bonus. The draft class with Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, Ozzie Trapilo is playing well. You got guys like that are making impacts right now. So, yeah, I think he should be in the conversation. I don't know if he'll win it. I honestly don't know the criteria for it, essentially, or anything like that, the background details. I believe Ryan Pace won it, didn't he, in 2018?
2018, yeah.
Yeah, swept the awards. So, yeah, I think he'll be in the running for it. I'm trying to think who else, whoever's in New England, I'm blanking on the name. That's probably the guy just because the number 1 seed. He should probably be in it towards the end.
Yeah. So now that the Bears have Kyler Gordon back and Jalen Johnson back, and it seems like TJ Edwards is probably inching towards his return here.
Should be.
How do you expect Dennis Allen to deploy CJ Gardner-Johnson, Nashawn Wright, Tyreek Stevenson when these guys when the entire roster is healthy? And then B, once they do get guys like TJ Edwards back and Tremaine Edmonds, and then in the secondary is healthy, hopefully, what do you think the ceiling of this defense is?
I think we're going to see a little bit of what we saw against the Eagles. And I think early on, I was kind of charting it, kind of marking it down a little bit. But when they went to dime, it was still CJ Gardner-Johnson in the slot, which is a little interesting. I think they're probably going to work in Kyler Gordon more till they can get comfortable. I think you have a weapon with both of them, though. Like, I think if you want to put the extra guy in, with CJ, he could kind of play like a little bit of a rover spot. When they were going up against Pittsburgh, what I also noticed was, and they were down a lot of guys too as well, they'd have Jaquan Brisker kind of come up to the line of scrimmage a little bit more towards the linebacker spots, which is interesting. I think he's just going to get really creative and just kind of rotate guys in and out. Al Harris said, you got to get the best 11 on the field. So I think they have a good idea of what they want to do. But I think we're going to see a mixture. I think Jalen will probably be the guy that's getting the most run out there, probably with Jaquan and Kevin Byard. And then you're going to see the other three mix in. Tyreek Stevenson's hurt, which, never good. But now you kind of have a guy like Nashawn Wright who can step in, or maybe they'll bump Kyler Gordon to the outside. I don't know. I'll be curious to see what they do with that. In terms of the ceiling of the defense travels, run game travels. When it is cold and you need to win some games in December and January, you're going to need that defense. So I think in terms of winning the division, they're probably going to go as far as the defense can take them. And that's even with the offense. Like, I think the defense got to shut down some teams. Their ceiling is going to be tough because I'm still a little worried about that pass rush. I think they're fine in the secondary. If they can get everyone healthy at linebacker, with Tremaine, that's the interesting one because he's eligible to come off on, I think, the Green Bay game, the second Green Bay game. What I know and what I've heard, I would not shock me if it's probably week 17, 18. It might be a little bit of a lingering issue with him, an issue. I think they still need that pass rush, and I think that's where Dennis Allen's going to have to get creative. If they can't get a pass rush, when you get into the playoffs, you're facing good offenses, you're facing good quarterbacks. Other teams are there for a reason. So the pass rush is probably my biggest concern right now.
Yeah, we never thought we'd be talking about. I mean, you're talking about a unit that's been the most banged up for the Bears all season, and now it seems like Dennis Allen's got like kind of an embarrassment of riches in the secondary.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just too many guys. I mean, how do you get these guys on the field? I mean, Gardner Johnson's played so well, Nashawn Wright's played so well. It's almost tough to put him on the bench, right?
Well,
and you got Zay Frazier coming down the pipeline too.
Yeah, you also have to I don't want to get too far ahead, but you have some decisions to make on some of these guys as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you going to let some of these guys leave the building? What do you do? It's going to be some interesting decisions here.
Yeah. For me, we all know some of the biggest X factors in this game. What are a couple quiet X factors that you're looking at?
Good question.
Like outside, for me, it's the two edges.
Okay.
How do we maintain and control Micah Parsons? Because if you guys remember in that Detroit game, he was blocked off, taken down to the ground, still got back up and still got to the quarterback. And then obviously Zach Tom versus Montez Sweat. Do you have any game inside the game matchups that could shift this for the Bears or the Packers either way?
I think honestly, one of the key ones is going to be special teams. And I'm not even talking field goals. I think punts, kickoffs, where these offenses are going to start. Love or hate the guy, Jordan Love's playing at a really high level right now.
Yeah.
Giving him extra field position is not going to be – you don't want to do that. I look at Cairo Santos with those quote-unquote dirty kicks, trying to work those in. And then the Bears side – it feels like almost every time they get a big return, there's a holding call outside the one against Minnesota. The obvious ones, like you said, Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, I think the safeties. I think the Bears trying the mismatch, Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet on those tight ends and maybe those the nickel corner or something, or not tight ends, I'm sorry, linebackers and nickel corner is something to watch. I think the Bears are going to run the football. I think they're going to try and run the football. Not having Wyatt up the middle is going to be a big loss for Green Bay. I think that's kind of an obvious one. I think special teams is one of those games where, special teams could be a big factor. I do think, I think the Bears are going to want to get that run game going, get that play action going, and maybe Caleb can kind of expose some mismatches. I think the best way to limit Micah Parsons and limit Rashawn Gary is run the football, run some draws, and get the ball out quick. Like there was I forgot the stat. There's a stat out there on longer developing plays. Caleb Williams' passer rating and completion percentage is not good at all. The quick throws, he's much better. I think a good example of that is go back to that Philadelphia game. Second half, down inside the 10, 12-yard line, that quick hitter, DJ Moore. Ball got out quick. Yeah. Couldn't even get a pass rush. Ball was there. I think we're going to see a lot of that as well.
Yeah, that's a good question. There was a really good pass, too. I think Olamide is the KS, too, where he read the blitz really well and got the ball out for, like 8-9 yards, whatever, got the first down. Yep. I was looking at the defensive numbers, and the Packers defense is very, very good. It is scary. I think they scare me more than Jordan Love does, to be perfectly honest with you. But I was looking at the numbers a little bit deeper. I'm like a big NFL Plus Pro guy. Like I got it. And I
great
love
stuff.
It. So
great stuff.
I was looking at their defense against under center. And when you look at that, because they have like a really super high pressure rate.
Yeah.
When you look at them under center or against under center, they are allowing the second most time to throw to quarterbacks in the league. And then I looked at, well, how often are the Bears throwing under center or running their offense under center? The second most snaps in the NFL. So I think that's probably what you're going to see, because I think it opens up that play action and the run a little bit more. Do you agree? Or, I mean, is this something where obviously we have to run the ball, or do you think there's a chance that maybe we can't pass it? I think with the weather and the temperature, I think Caleb's hard, like 95-mile-an-hour fastballs aren't going to work.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, look at last week too, with that, the wind was awful. That was one thing, but looking at it, like the field condition was terrible. You look at Lambeau Field, it's going to be cold. They're expecting snow, I think, late Sunday night. So, could be a little moisture on the field or getting ready. Watching that against the Eagles, the Packers game, that field looked awful at Lambeau Field. I mean, I expect them to run the football early. I think they'll try to open it up with the play action. I just trust Ben Johnson. Now, we could be completely wrong. They could come out and throw the football all over the place in the first drive, and we're all like, oh, all right, that's just kind of how it goes. But I trust Ben Johnson to have a good game plan. He's seen Micah Parsons before. He's seen Rashawn Gary before. He's seen this Packers defense. It is a good Packers defense. But, yeah, I mean, it is tough to throw out there in those conditions. And it kind of goes back to the Caleb conversation. You want to see more touch on the ball. I know he's got he's got that fastball that he can but like, look at the ball to Cole Kmet off platform, the touch. And I think if you go back and listen, Kirk Herbstreit was right on it. I mean, he hit Caleb Williams spot on in that broadcast. And I think when you watch last year and part of this year, you saw Caleb try to just gun the ball right at the chest. Now he's starting to lead guys a little more, and he's been a little inaccurate with that. That's why you kind of see some of those throws 2-3 yards off target trying to lead them. But yeah, I think Caleb with the touch, if he can get better, I mean, that's just gonna be a big bonus.
Yeah, if you could just get him up to like 62-63% completion percentage, this is going to be a really difficult team.
Especially with the run, especially with the run game going too.
Yeah, there's a lot of something's got to give matchups in this game. I mean, you're talking about the Bears have one of the best offenses in football. The Packers have a top 10 defense in football. But something that's particularly interesting for Chicago Bears fans is, and we had this discussion before the Eagles game last week. The Eagles had taken care of the ball better than anybody else in the NFL. The Bears have the most takeaways in the NFL, the most opportunistic defense in the NFL. The Bears go into Philly, they take the ball away twice. Now the Packers lead the NFL with the least amount of giveaways at 7.
Yeah.
Do you think the Bears could go in there and take the ball away from Jordan Love in this offense?
Oh, man. I think it's going to have to probably come in the run game with Josh Jacobs and Emmanuel Wilson. I watch Jordan Love sometimes, and I look back and I forgot who they were playing. the throw he had like Tucker Kraft where he just lobbed it up, and I'm like, he gets away with those more often than not.
Mhm.
Yeah, he throws a lot of balls up for grabs, and somehow it seems like Packers fans or Packers players are always coming down with them.
Yeah.
Always, it's like, how can you not knock that down or pick that?
You know, and I have to go back and look, but some of them are probably the wide receivers going up and making plays, which you got to give credit to them. You know, that's just is what it is. Some of it's probably luck. But yeah, he does not turn the ball over for whatever reason. And like you said, it's something's got to give. I think he'll give you one or two that you're going to have to capitalize on. Because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble against that offense. If you don't take the ball away, they do keep him clean pretty good in terms of the pocket. So if the Bears don't get pressure, that's where the takeaways are going to come from. The pressure, not having those DBs back there waiting, forcing him to throw. You don't want to have your DBs covering all game. So, yeah, I do think Josh Jacobs has been kind of – I don't know the numbers on it, but from what I've seen from him and watched, does kind of feel a little prone to giving it up on the ground or potentially giving it up on the ground. But if those – takeaways opportunities come, you got to take advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the games inside the games, if we have this tight ball game, one of the things I found interesting as I was doing some research into this game is Micah Parsons and how dominant he's been in the fourth quarter. And then you look at Caleb Williams, how dominant he's been in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Caleb, for those who don't know, Micah Parsons leads the league in fourth quarter sacks at 7. He's fifth in fourth quarter pressures, pressure rate at 18%. He also a minimum of 100 fourth quarter pass rush snaps. He's third in total pressures at 25. This to me is, if I can find this, I'm sure the coaching staff can find this as well. If you're looking at this, hopefully it's not a close game where he can affect the game so much, because honestly, I don't know that anybody in this game scares me more than Micah Parsons. But as somebody in the chat, and I believe I was reading earlier this week, Mikey just said, run the ball right at Parsons, run the ball right at Parsons. That was kind of the key for the Packers when they played the Cowboys. They would run right at Parsons. I mean, have you seen anything that leads you to believe that this is going to be the process in which the Bears, this is what they're going to game plan and this is what they're going to do?
Yeah, I mean, run directly at him. Yeah, I could see that. I think they're going to try and attack the middle a lot more.
With Wyatt out?
Yeah, with Wyatt out. Micah Parsons, I mean, he's just a game wrecker. I think at this point, you try to limit what he can do. You're going to see chips. You're going to see double teams. You're going to see the Packers try to get him on Ozzie Trapillo at times. You're going to see him try to get, Darnell Wright's going to have that matchup. But it's not like other teams where, they might not have a strong, when you go up against the Lions, what Aiden Hutchinson's going to give you. Who else really scares you on the Lions? I mean, they were banking on a couple of guys, and yeah, they got to the Bears. That was week 2, but you also have Rashawn Gary, who was pretty damn good himself. So how much help are you going to give the Parsons, the blitzes? Yeah, I mean, I could see them running at Parsons. I mean, hopefully, the Bears have a 3-score lead in the fourth quarter. You don't have to worry about Micah Parsons wrecking the game. But yeah, if he has a game-changing play, it would not shock me at all.
Yeah, it's gonna suck, man.
Yeah,
you hope it's not in the end zone for a safety like it almost was against Philly.
Well, the thing too is when you look into those sacks, man, the sacks he's getting in the fourth quarter, they're not mundane. They're very important sacks coming at very important times. So, I mean, that's what they got him there for. And again, the game inside the game. How do we stop him? How do we keep run right at him? Whatever they got to do. I'm so stoked, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sleep on Saturday going into Sunday, man.
Well, the thing, with Micah Parsons too, they felt like they had the opportunity to go win a Super Bowl. This is their window. Right. They went out and got him. And I think I was listening. I think it was John Kuhn said Micah Parsons looks like the best defensive player that he's ever played with. Obviously, Kuhn's not playing now, and I think he called him the second or third best defensive player in Packers history, or close to that. Obviously Reggie White, and they got a bunch of other guys, but I mean, Micah Parsons, he's just relentless, and he's a game changer.
He certainly is. Kyle, you got anything else here?
Yeah, not to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but it seems like the Bears, I'm barring a disaster, right, guys? I mean, it seems like the Bears are well on their way to the first playoff berth since 2018. First of all, Zach, do you realistically view the Chicago Bears as Super Bowl contenders? And once they do get to the playoffs, who do you think would give them the biggest headache? Who do you think the toughest matchup is?
I think they're a year away from Super Bowl contender. I think they're going to make the playoffs. Something would have to go just crazy wrong at this point. I look at division. I feel like you got to win the division in order to go farther for the Bears. I don't like a wild card situation for them going on the road. If you have to go to Seattle, that defense is really good, but that defense in Seattle is tough to play. The Rams are an interesting one. They have a good defense, but you go play there and you're going to have a lot of Bears fans there. So that kind of helps. Honestly, I think Green Bay is the team that I would not want to face in the playoffs either. Like I hate going up against them. There's a lot of pressure. There's the rivalry. There's the bragging rights. I don't think they're a great matchup for the Bears at the moment. Going to Detroit, I don't know. Detroit can kind of almost be put away this weekend or this week by Dallas, but going into Detroit's a tough matchup. But I think realistically, Super Bowl, I would probably say they're another year away, which is totally fine. Could they make a run, win a couple games? Yeah. I don't know if they're ready just yet, I think they're ahead of schedule. Well, I'll just say that though.
Yeah, it's tough because, this season there's just so much parity in the NFL. We've never seen a season like this. Like, usually I think all four of us for the last 4 or 5 years have just expected teams like the Kansas City Chiefs to be there, maybe the Philadelphia Eagles. But every week we come on this podcast, we're like, oh, it looks like the Rams are the best team in the NFL, and they go lose to the Panthers. It's like there's just no team that's head and shoulders better than everybody else in the NFL. So at this point, I feel like almost everybody stands a realistic chance of winning. So any team that has 7, 8, 9 wins.
Yeah, it is an interesting year too. And like you said, I mean, how much of that was the Rams? How much of that was the Panthers going across country? It's crazy. And you look at the NFC, I mean, the Bears are going to get the 49ers in a couple of weeks too. So you're going to see them. It does feel a little wide open. The AFC, honestly, it's a weird year to be good in the NFC because last year probably would have been better. The year before, it's always the AFC that's kind of top heavy. But yeah, I mean, who do you trust? Which team can you confidently say you trust in the playoffs? Like I know Philadelphia, the Bears beat Philadelphia, but do you trust them going? They have the experience in the playoffs. It's interesting. I mean, Bears definitely have a shot. If you look at the Vegas odds, Vegas doesn't believe in them for whatever reason.
No, they're 7-point dogs again, right?
I think 6.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah, I don't even think they're top 10 odds to win the Super Bowl, right?
No,
they're like 13, 14.
Yeah, and anything can happen. That's why you play the game.
Yeah.
And, I was kind of talking. It's like, to me, the NFL playoffs are much like March Madness. You could get hot. Caleb Williams can transform and be the most efficient quarterback for those 3 games. The defense locks it down for a couple of games.
The defense gets healthy.
Yeah, the defense continues to get healthy. Hey, yeah, and speaking of the defense getting healthy, Zach, does it seem? I mean, when you were out on the practice field, did you see TJ Edwards contributing? Because I think I saw him. It said limited for him.
Yeah. So the portion we get to watch is essentially stretching and some light individual drills, but the defense is way on the other side. If he didn't, I'd be shocked if he didn't play on Sunday. Okay. I think he's going to play.
Yeah, I feel like they were saving him for this game.
Yeah.
Like I feel like maybe he could have played last week or at least could have practiced, and they were like, "We'll just save you for the Packers."
And so he's got two injuries, it's the hamstring or whatever, and then the hand. I think it's more the hand that was holding him back. So he had to have the surgery. I always felt like Philly, Green Bay was realistic to get everyone healthy. If he doesn't play Sunday, I'd be a little something happened.
Did he have a club? Did he have a club on there?
Let me see. I don't think he did.
Really? He probably
he might have. I'm trying to let me pull up. I got images. Yeah, see, the defense is so far away in stretching too. It's very hard. Yeah, it looks like it was pretty wrapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he probably did. Yeah. It's hard. They really limit what we can see and what we can't see, which is
It kind of sucks.
Yeah, we went to, not to veer off course here, but Sean and I went to spring training once, and we felt like they were on the dark side of the moon. We ended up leaving because they were playing on the further practice field.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even see them. I'm like, they're screaming ooh and on, and I'm like, who caught that? I don't even know was that a completion?
Was that at Hamilton Hall? Was that
that was at Lake Forest?
Yeah, it's
training facility.
It's I could do a whole hour on that. It's frustrating. Yeah, it's a little frustrating when they get out there and they're on. There's for those that don't know, there's 4 outdoor fields, 1 indoor field. The outdoor fields are 2 and 2 separate places. And when they're on the one closest to the building, the fans are on the other side. Essentially, the bleachers are on the way other side, so it's impossible to see. So yeah, for us, it's hard for us too, because when we go out and stretch on the far fields, or when they go out and stretch, we're on the far fields, we can't see much. So yeah, I'm positive he'll have a club playing Sunday. I imagine he'll have one out there as well.
Yeah. I don't, do you guys know what was the surgery? What did they repair?
Something on his hand, right?
Yeah.
How did they ever said?
I don't know if it was like a finger or maybe a broken bone inside of his hand.
Yeah, it was a hand. Yeah.
The NFL is becoming very vague with our injury reports. It's starting to become like the NHL.
Yeah, God, the NHL is awful.
Yeah.
Upper body.
Lower body.
Yeah,
That's
like,
it. All you get.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, Zach, I know we got 20 or 30 minutes. We got that 30-minute mark here. We got Ryan from Packernet about to jump in and give our side from the Packers perspective. But before we get you out of here,
oh boy,
we're gonna put you on the spot, man. What's your final score?
He knows what you're about to ask him.
All right. Look, I've said it this week a couple times. I think they split with Green Bay this season. I think it's 1-1. I think each team wins their home game. I think the Packers are going to win this one. I think it's going to be close. I think the Bears will cover. What do we say? Was it 6.5?
Yeah.
I've been saying 26-20. I think maybe a late score. It's a close game going in the fourth quarter. And I think the Bears get them at Soldier Field. I will add this, though. I picked the Eagles to win. I picked the Steelers to win against the Bears. So I've been wrong the last 2 weeks. So there you go.
Well, Zach, if for what it means, I also picked a split, and I think that it's the same thing. I think both are going to win the home games.
I'm going to say this.
They know each other so well, man.
I'm going all in on the sweep.
Right, see? But you know what? I'll eat crow if the Bears win this. I said they were going to be 8-9 this season. They've eclipsed that, and I ate crow, and I said I'm totally happy. So I'm more than happy to be wrong. But yeah, I just think, at home for Green Bay, it's a tough place to play for the Bears, tough place to win. I believe the last quarterback to win his first 2 starts at Lambeau Field for the Bears was Rex Grossman. Caleb Williams has a chance to do that. I might be wrong on that stat, but I'm pretty sure he did it 2004 and 2006. I don't know if he played in the 2005 game at Lambeau. But yeah, we'll see. I have to look that up again. But
Caleb lost his first one, right, last year, and then won the.
At Lambeau he won.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, the interesting stat that I found was Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur are both undefeated at Soldier Field. Yeah. Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams are undefeated at Lambeau. So
there you go.
Zach, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
man, anytime.
Real quick, Zach, if you want to tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on X, Twitter, Zach, ZACK_Pearson, bearreport.com. We'll have plenty of coverage of this game, and thanks so much. We'll have to do it again sometime soon, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
As the playoffs approach, man, we'll get you back in here for some playoff perspective.
Let's do it. Happy Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone.
Yeah, you too.
Enjoy your time.
Same to you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
man. Take it easy.
Hey, boys and girls, we really appreciate Zach jumping on with us. And we are going to bring Ryan from Packernet in. Everyone, be kind to the guy. He's doing us a favor. We're going to get his side. Ryan, really quick, before we jump into this, we just got to go over one thing for the chat. and for whoever watches this thing, this Sunday, what we're talking about, Bears Packers, everything on the line. Join us. We're raising money for people a little bit less fortunate than us around the holiday season. Come in. We got some great prizes. We're giving away autographs. We're giving away beer, $3 tall boys, Miller Lite, Coors Light. We're going to have some awesome photos, as you see. Dan Hampton's got the Pack Sucks on it. We got Lance Briggs. We're going to have Colston Loveland, which we got Colston Loveland here, and we got the mini helmet autographed by Dan Hampton as well. And, of course, the 50-50 split. Come out, hang out. Bears, Packers fans alike. We know a couple Packer fans that are coming to hang out with us. We want everyone to come out. We're raising money for charity, guys, for people that are less fortunate than us in connection with Bears Care. So please join us. We'll be there. I'll be there at noon. I'm going to watch the noon games there. So come on out. Let's see you. Let's hang out. Let's have a good time. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us, man. Please take a second and introduce yourself to everybody, man.
Yeah, it was very cool to hear that you guys are doing that. I appreciate that. It sounds like it's going to be around where I grew up, actually. I'm originally a Fib. I left after high school, but I grew up in the Streamwood, Hanover Park area.
Yeah.
Right down.
Anyways, Packernet podcast daily. I actually do twice daily podcasts. I have a call-in show. So this is just what I do all day long. I just sit around, talk stupid Packers. I do it so often, I think, that I'm talking about things that are just kind of useless. You get to a point where you dig so deep, it's like, what am I even talking about, dude? This is a waste of everybody's time. But no, I mean, if any Bears fans want to come hang out, I talk a lot more trash on social media than I do on my podcast, so it's a little bit more measured over there if you want to come see what we're talking about.
Hey, I've been enjoying talking back and forth with you on X, and I'll tell you, like, a lot of Packer fans right now are way over their skis saying some just absolutely ridiculous things. And, just you and I talking about the Eagles game, I was like, man, this guy seems pretty level-headed. So
it's tough because you start chasing after the people that say the most nonsense, and then the level-headed people look and they're just like, what is this guy's problem, dude? He's just raging against the Bears all day long. It's like, I swear I'm not trying to. I can't let this go. This guy's saying the dumbest stuff. I got to learn to just let stuff go like that.
Yeah, 100%. Well, let's get into this, man. First off, we do know that you guys lost Devontae Wyatt for the year. Any other injuries? I know Jaden Reed's possibly on the fence about coming back in this ball game. Is there any other injuries on your side that are key to this matchup that we need to know about that could either tilt this in the Bears' favor or the Packers' favor with some returning players?
I would say it's more returning than losing. It's just a question of if they're coming back. Guys that are going to be out are probably guys that have been out, like Lucas Van Ness. We haven't seen him in quite a while. I'm not anticipating anything else that's really major. We'll obviously have to see as things go on. Same with the Bears. I kind of just got done talking about that. A lot of injuries, but I don't know if they mean anything right now. But no, as of right now, I don't think there's anything super massive. And even if there are returning guys, I don't expect anything major like Jaden Reed. If he plays, I think it's going to be a very limited role for him.
Okay. That's huge because he's a yak monster. And the ball in his hand could always be a problem. And he's a Chicago boy, too.
Yeah, he is. He is.
What you got, Kyle? Jay?
Jason,
Go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, man, from a Packers fan's perspective, obviously when you're watching football, we don't watch every single Packers game. We don't see every single play. We try to read the box scores. We follow these guys as closely as we can, but the general consensus for Jordan Love from the national media has been kind of up and down. It varies a little bit. Obviously, they think he's a franchise quarterback, but he's been inconsistent at times. I want to know what Packers fans think of Jordan Love, especially since you guys are coming from two of the best quarterbacks ever to play football.
That's kind of tough. I mean, I'm guessing like most fan bases, there's a very large contingent of negative fans. They've been out on Jordan Love since day one, and anytime the guy throws a bad pass, it's Malik should be our starting quarterback. I think for the most part, everybody's pretty happy, but that is a good point with Rodgers. There is an unreasonable bar set. I think a lot of people look at Jordan and say he's not Rodgers, therefore he's not very good. He's never going to be Rodgers. He's never going to be Favre. It's just a question of whatever he is he good at it? I think most of us are happy with Jordan Love and the way that he's playing football. There's a lot of vacillating right now and complaining, but for the most part, outside of the rabid negative fans, I think it's mostly positive toward Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, those are big shoes to fill, man. It's not really fair to expect Jordan Love to be Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest ever to play football, especially when you look at like the touchdown interception ratio. So it's just nice to get a perspective from a Packers fan, because it's like you said, man, when we were going through training camp, and Sean and Jason could attest, anytime Caleb did anything wrong at all, you hear all these Tyson Bagent fans come out of the woodwork. It's like, guys, come on, be realistic, guys.
It was the same with Fields too.
Yeah, I was going to say from your standpoint and Packers Nation standpoint, what are your guys' feelings on Caleb Williams? Are you guys like, man, this guy's going to screw us for the future? Do you guys think he's a bust? Where are you guys at with him?
Well, I do love feeding those fires, feeding your own trolls and being like, yeah, that Tyson guy looks pretty good, man. I'm just saying. His dad's pretty hardcore, man. So, I mean, he could be pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, my thing with everybody is I'm always scared. I mean, that was my thing with going back to what's his name before Fields.
About Mitch Trubisky.
It's one of those, I don't think he looks very good, but then he'll throw a pass that's like, oh crap, dude, man, is this about to be a big turnaround moment for him? It was that way for Fields up until he left. It was, I don't think he's good, but you never know. Caleb is scary, and especially because of the stuff that he can do. And I would say right now, Caleb is not good enough. If he just never gets better, this is not going to be good enough to win consistently in the NFL. But the amount of times he makes those throws, those Rodgers-esque type throws, you can't help but be scared every time you see that and go, oh God. And his ability to evade sacks and all that stuff, it's scary because if he cleans up the consistency part of it, we're all screwed. So it's really just praying that the inconsistencies and the inaccuracies stay, because if that stays, that's going to outweigh at the end of the day all the good. Yeah. So every day that he is not Pat Mahomes is a good day for me. And I that's the only reason I watch Bears fans. I want to see a couple inaccurate passes and just be like, all right, good. We made it another week. We're good.
All right, so let's talk about the defensive side of the ball, and really Packers as a whole. Kyle had mentioned it when Zach was on here. The Bears have taken the ball away like 24 times, I believe, which is insane. But the Packers have really only choked it up 7 times, which is also equally insane. How big of a role do you think turnovers are going to play this week in the game? And either way, do you think the Packers are going to be, because their secondary is pretty good, are they going to be turning the ball over against the Bears, or the Bears going to be turning the ball over against the Packers? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's another thing too, where, and I'm sure you've heard this from other people trying to tamp down the excitement about the defense, but interceptions are so fickle. It's so hard to be consistent with that. And so I'm always hoping like this is the week that they get exposed. Like the defense is no good without the turnovers, but every week they get the freaking turnovers. So, coming into this game, it's kind of the same thing. My thought, haven't really done a super deep dive on it, but my thought off the top of my head is for the Bears, it's, establish the run and take the ball away on the other side. And if I see Jordan Love throw a pick, I'm thinking, oh, we're screwed. I mean, that's what you can't do. You can't let them run all over you, and you can't turn the ball over. So in terms of your question of, is that going to play a role? I think that's key. That's central, because I mean, when you look at the Bears' defensive efficiency numbers without takeaways, they're a bottom 10 defense.
Yeah.
So make them a bottom 10 defense, because if you start giving them the ball, they're a top 10 defense. Yeah. So that's the thing. You cannot give them the ball. So
and to your point, Ryan, I think they're in non-turnovers or 1 or less. I believe they're the 31st ranked defense in the league. So
yeah. So and that's I saw some Bears fans putting together, here's what we need to do, and it's make Jordan throw. And it's like, I get it because you want the takeaways, but if you really are an inefficient defense, that's dangerous to just say, we're going to let this team throw all over you. You're really banking on, we got to get this ball taken away at some point, because if you don't do that, you're really hurting yourself. So I don't know if that's the high risk, high reward strategy you go with or not, but we'll see how it goes. And again, just from my perspective, that you have to be careful with that freaking football. That's the number one thing in this game.
You want to know what's funny about that is I'm catching it from the chat earlier when we first got on, because I thought the Bears going in, the Eagles only had 6 turnovers, and I was like, man, I don't know how they're going to turn, take this ball away, 196 pass attempts without an interception for Jalen Hurts. And I was like, maybe this is the week it doesn't get done and the Bears falter, and they somehow figured a way to do it again.
Right.
It's just insane. And I'll tell you, like a proud papa, I was as much as I was impressed with the performance in Philadelphia, I was also shocked. So
yeah.
And can they do it? Can they do it again? I mean, because they have been doing it consistently, it can't be like, no, they can't. Sure, they can. They keep showing us they can. So I until they
yeah, Ryan, we're right there with you. I mean, we've been saying for months on this podcast that the winning by taking the Bears defense has not been good when they're not taking the ball away, and winning by taking the ball away is not sustainable. But it's like every time we see that,
somehow
it
they
makes
keep
us
doing
look
it.
stupid,
Right.
because they go into the game and they take the ball away 2 or 3 times, and we're like, oh, maybe this is sustainable, because obviously Dennis Allen, that's his thing. Take the ball away, take the ball. He pushes that consistently. But yeah, I mean, the Bears have basically gotten to the point where unless their defense gets healthy, if they don't take the ball away, they're losing the game. If they do
Right.
take the ball away a couple of times, they win in the game. So yeah, it's something it's definitely going to be a key to this game for sure. No doubt about it, Jason.
Coming in, you guys, after the back-to-back losses that you guys had, I mean, Jordan Love's been absolutely perfect. I mean, your season right after Carolina and Philly, you guys, I saw on Twitter, it was meltdown in Packer Nation. They thought, teetering the wrong way. But since then, Jordan Love has been absolute stud, number 1 quarterback almost in the league by the numbers, EPA, and any number you want to get, he's been
He's
one or
plus
two.
85 in EPA right now. That's insane.
Yeah, he's been really, really
He kind of
good.
does it every year. He gets better in the second half every year. This is kind of becoming
the whole
Jordan Love's
Toyota-thon thing.
Yeah.
If you say Jordan Love, we asked Zach, I got a little lost here. We asked Zach this question, and I want to ask you, because we know the obvious matchups. Give me a matchup, a game inside the game you think for the Packers is something we're not looking at that could benefit the Packers and help them win this football game.
Well, I mean, there's the obvious ones that I'm sure you're looking at as far as, the trenches being big.
Mm-hmm.
Stopping the Bears from running the ball, a specific one-on-one matchup. I don't really have that. It's the whole group has got to work together on that. Obviously, Micah Parsons on the other side, you guys are going to have to watch out for that. And who he's lined up against is I can't tell you, because he's everywhere from the outside to the inside. And so that's going to be big. And for Micah, he's got to get Caleb down, because that dude dances around so freaking much. That's the other thing that drives me nuts is I'll see somebody get through your line. I'm like, yeah, they got him. And then he gets away. It's like, you piece of garbage. Can you bring him down ever? I don't know how he does it. He's a freaking magician. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any that I can think of that are kind of outside of what everybody else is thinking about, other than, again, the trenches. The Packers' offensive line has not been as good as usual. Jordan's been under, his pressure rates up in like the mid 40s as a percentage. For the Packers, who always have great offensive lines, it's usually down in the 20s. So that's really bad. And then the run blocking, which is never that good, is appalling. So that is a problem that, is exploitable from the Bears standpoint. I know the defensive line is not necessarily a pride point right now, but it is an exploitable piece for the Packers right now. Even without injuries, they're just not good football players.
That brings me into my question. Actually, I'm glad you brought it up, because you guys, I think, are starting your 3rd offensive line combination in 4 games after losing Elton Jenkins. What was that, week 10 or whatever? And you're right. The Packers are, giving up a passer, a pressure rate of like 40% since then. The 4th week in a row, I think, on Thanksgiving. And I don't know. I just was reading a stat about Montez Sweat too, about he's got like 4 or 5 pressures that involve turnovers. He's not getting a lot of pressures, but when he is, he's making them count. How worried are you guys about? I know we don't really necessarily are very confident about our defensive line, but how worried are you about that Bears defensive line against your offensive line, which seems to be a skeleton crew, if you will, of just, hey, we got to play who we got to play here. Because I think if you had all your starters and were healthy, I think you're right. I think you guys would probably be closer down to that 20% range. But
I think it's a more general concern about my offensive line, the Packers' offensive line. I mean, Jordan's managed with the pressure, obviously, and not allowing these things to be turnovers, but it's always a threat. Anytime you're under pressure, I mean, that happened, not only with Sweat, but Rashawn is that way too. I don't know what it is. Whenever he gets a pressure, he's batting his arm and it's a pick. But those are the moments that, again, when you're trying to be perfect and not turn the ball over, any pressure, any tipped ball, any slight hit as you throw or anything like that could flip the game. So as much as it's not necessary, we just saw Aiden Hutchinson, and we've seen some very good pass rushers that we've managed to get through. But just the fact that it's there and the fact that it's blood in the water and your defensive coordinator knows it and they're going to dial up any way they can, because that's the whole point. We just need that one. We just need that one mistake, that one, again, batted pass or whatever to get that pick and flip this game. So I know that they're going to be hunting for it. And that's the part that makes me nervous.
Yeah, two part really quick. How healthy is Josh Jacobs? And is Quay Walker back in this game? I thought I saw somewhere that he was going to return, but it was still questionable.
I believe Quay is going to play, and I think Josh Jacobs is going to be okay. How okay, though? It's always, everybody's so banged up, just because they
this
play.
time of year, yeah.
His ankle hurts, He's probably going to play, but he's playing with a bum ankle. So I can't tell you what that means in terms of how good he's going to be or what version of Josh Jacobs. But I do think both of those guys are going to play.
Well, yeah, it's funny you say that because DeAndre Swift, I mean, he was on the injury report with a groin injury almost a month ago now, and they have definitely cut his carries down a little bit. And you can definitely tell that groin is injuring. But at this point in the season, like you said, I mean, really honestly, who's 100% healthy? I mean, almost nobody, unless they were on IR to start the season and they're just getting into the field now. But the question I want to ask you, Ryan, is, obviously Bears fans have been begging for a good head football coach in Chicago for a very long time. And albeit it's a very small sample size here with Ben Johnson, but I think the collective is that Bears fans believe that the Bears finally got it right. Do you agree with that? And what's your overall assessment of Ben Johnson since he's joined the Chicago Bears?
I really do, and I would love to tell you that I don't think he's very good. I mean, I definitely was very loud about we got to pump the brakes. We don't know that it's going to be great. We don't know that everybody's crowning this. But the one thing I've noticed every time I watch a Bears game is his ability to get guys open. I mean, it's just like watching Detroit. I mean, Caleb, he has a very easy job of finding guys because there's just guys open. And I that is the number one thing I think for creative play callers and good play callers like LaFleur, like Johnson, like anybody else, is their ability to get guys open for their quarterback. It's not easy to do against defensive coordinators, but I consistently see guys open across the middle, open down the field for Chicago. I'm not used to seeing that as much with your previous coordinators. And I was really hoping that this was not going to carry over as easily. And it seems like it has. Again, I'm still skeptical of Caleb, but the offense as a whole is working. And there's no question if he gets more efficient, then everything's going to click because the offense just looks good. I mean, the run game looks good. The receivers are open. Just got to get the ball to him a little bit more consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I got a quick, easy one for you here. By the way, like all the coaches in the NFC North are ridiculously good. It kind of sucks.
Yes.
Looking at everybody else's coaches also really good. It's like, God damn, it's what the hell. How upset are you with the tie to Dallas? Because you guys might very well be where the Bears are right now, top of the NFC and top of the NFC North.
I mean, it cuts both ways. I mean, everybody was upset about it until all of a sudden we're at the top of the NFC North because of the tie or whatever. So it I think for the most part has kind of worked in our favor, I guess, in that way. And Dallas is looking pretty good now, so it doesn't sting as much. Yeah. Back when they sucked, it was like, how did we not beat that stupid team? But I mean, they do have a good offense now. It looks like they might have a good defense. I'm kind of hoping that they do because they're playing the Lions this week, and I would love for them to just smoke the Lions.
Us too, yeah.
It'd be nice for their season to basically be over this week, but it doesn't bother me yet. We'll see how this thing shakes out in the end, I guess.
Well, it's really close. I mean, honestly, I don't think the Bears or the Packers or really anybody in the NFC right now should be overly confident about either making the playoffs or winning their division or winning the Super Bowl. Because it's all like one game separates like 7 teams. It's insane.
Well, it is funny how quickly it has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit was not very long ago. They were the top dog. They were basically guaranteed in the playoffs. And then Packers Bears win. All of a sudden, they got like a 10% chance, and like the Bears are on top. I mean, things change so quickly, and that's why I try to be careful when I'm laying out on social media. This is what it is, because what I mean is this is what it is up to this point.
Right.
As of next week, this thing I'm saying right now might be just stupid and ridiculous.
The whole NFC could look different after Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, there's a realistic
Vikings,
chance.
Everything else could be different.
Yeah, if there's a realistic chance if the Bears lose this game, they could be the AC going out of this week, which is crazy. Which is absolutely crazy because the wild card, the last seed in the NFC, is 9-4 for the love of Christ.
Well, and that's the other thing with the NFC West being so loaded.
Yeah.
There might just be one NFC North team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So as good as everybody looks, I mean, we might all be playing to get in, and if you don't win the division, you're not going to the playoffs.
The chat wants to know, biased aside, which coaching staff as a whole do you think is better?
Oh,
You talking about the whole NFC North or just the Bears and Packers, Sean?
He wasn't site specific on it. He said, I think he's talking about Bears and Packers. He said, Ryan, whose coaches are better?
Oh, okay.
Well,
He's going to say his coach sucks. That's a weird question.
Well, not.
I mean, I was honestly going to lean
sucks.
KOC just to kind of go with the easy answer. I mean, I really respect Matt LaFleur as a play caller. As far as like the leadership side, I don't know that he would get the highest marks. Detroit is the opposite. I think he gets the leadership marks. Everything else, I mean, going for it on fourth every time, I think is just stupid. I think he's kind of dumb situationally sometimes. Chicago, it's kind of early. I think I'm leaning Matt LaFleur, but the leadership obviously doesn't look bad. I don't know that I would crown him this early, which is why I would kind of lean KOC. I know they look bad, but he's a brilliant play caller, and he seems to be a great leader, and he's done some great things. As far as being well-rounded, I might lean that direction. Between Bears and Packers, I'll just say Packers because I can't
say
First of all, I can't say it, but second of all, I mean, he's been a coach for 5 seconds. I'm not giving him any kind of crown right now.
No, that's
and
fair.
here I'll tell you this: going into this year, not knowing what Ben Johnson was, or at the end of last year, I thought KOC was the best coach in this division.
Yeah,
it for him or Quasey. What the hell's the GMs over there? The
Yeah.
guy is so bad at drafting people.
he's the worst. I'm
Get
so
that guy a
happy he
goddamn
sucks.
quarterback.
Yeah,
I
He
mean,
is
the
the
Vikings
worst.
would be in this hunt with us right now if they had any semblance of a quarterback.
they haven't had a quarterback. They haven't had a good draft pick. Their free agency is nothing but who's the nearest 35-year-old we can go plug in. I mean, it is the worst GMing I've seen in my life.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. And KOC.
Oh, he should stay.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sign that man.
Extension.
Yeah.
So give me your keys to the game, man. What are your keys to the game? What do you think? I'm sure you're going to pick the Packers to win this one, but in your non-biased opinion, do you honestly think that, say this game was close in the fourth quarter, we went over these stats, Micah Parsons has been a fourth quarter closer. He's been there, Mariano Rivera. We have Caleb, five comebacks in the fourth quarter. So if this game is tied in the fourth quarter, going in under 5 minutes, are you nervous because Caleb's going to get the ball?
Well,
Have a chance to take it down.
I'm nervous if it's tied because the Bears are going to be able to run the ball. The Packers, I mean, it doesn't matter who your opponent is. The Packers' goal is don't let them run and force them to pass. Because, first of all, we're not super great at stopping the run. But beyond that, the pass rush is everything. That's the whole thing. We need to get you in 3rd and 6 or longer so that we can unleash the pass rush and everything else. And that's when all the good things happen for us, which is why the number one thing is stop the Bears from running the ball, which is not going to be easy. But that was the game plan against Detroit, and they did a great job stopping Jahmyr Gibbs twice now. And that's going to be the same game plan. You have to stop them from running. You have to force them to throw because that's the only way we can get into our strength, which is get after the quarterback. And then again, on the other side, it's don't turn the ball over. I mean, you got to be smart. I think the Packers offense is good enough, especially against the Bears, just on a play-to-play basis to move the ball down the field. But they're going to make you work your way all the way down the field and not make that mistake. And you start making mistakes and it's going to be a problem. So yeah, for the Packers standpoint, it's you cannot let them run the ball on you. Like, because if you can impose your will running the ball, as far as I'm concerned, it's over. I mean, there's nothing you can do there.
Any fear of you that they could repeat what they did going into Philly, playing bully ball and just chucking those defensive linemen around like sacks of potatoes? Do you have any fear of this line being able to do that to your defensive front, especially with Wyatt out?
Yeah, I mean I think that's the plan. I think they know it. I think everybody knows what the plan is. It's just a matter of, can you stop it? And I think that's the position the Bears are in, which is a good position. We got these big, strong offensive linemen. We're going to run it down your throat. Do something about it. And we're going to do it until you can stop it. So I'm less worried about Wyatt. I mean, I should be. I like Wyatt. He's a terrible run defender. I don't know why that never gets mentioned. He is appalling. He's a pass rusher. And even that, he was kind of struggling down the stretch. But, I mean, that's why we like him. He is a terrible pass rusher. I mean, as far as rotation and everything goes, it's a body we're losing. That's not going to help you stop the run. And maybe there's some other hidden qualities that I just don't know about that helps with the run defense. But I don't put a ton in that as much as everybody else, because he has never been anything but a putrid run defender. And again, I don't care. He's a pass rusher. You get a pass. I don't really care. It's kind of like the Micah Parsons thing. Like, well, you can't stop it. Who gives a crap? It's Micah Parsons, dude. I don't care if you can stop the run.
You want Micah Parsons on your team.
Stop saying stupid things to me.
That's not why he's getting paid. He's not getting paid out there.
Yeah, but Micah Parsons, I said it when Zach was on. I'll say it again. To me, out of all the players on this field, he's probably the scariest on both teams. He scares the crap out of me. He scares me so much that if it is a close game, that's the guy I'm going to be focused on, because he's the game record, the guy who can get that strip sack fumble, turn the game over to the Packers, and crush the Bears' dreams once again. So,
and that's what you pay him for. I mean, I was talking about that on my podcast. People are, why do you pay Jordan Love all this money if you're not going to throw the ball? It's like, different game plans for different situations, but you pay him for crunch time. You pay him because when it's fourth down and the game's on the line, you trust that he's the guy that can get it done. That's why Jordan gets paid, and that's why Micah gets paid. Sometimes you're in there, you're trying to stop the run. That's the game plan. That's what it is against Chicago. So you're not going to see as many sacks or stats. But you pay Micah because in the fourth quarter, when the game's on the line and you need him to make a play, you trust that he can be that guy that can make that play.
Yeah, I like your overall assessment, Ryan. I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think the Bears are going to try to run this ball down the Packers' throats like they did against the Eagles, and the Packers know that. They're going to try to stop that, and I think the Packers are going to try to keep a clean pocket for Jordan Love and let him pick apart that Bears defense, because like we talked about earlier, without takeaways, they have not been good, particularly against the pass. It's just going to come down to execution. That's what it is. It's going to come down to execution.
I think it's going to be a tight ball game. I think this is going to be a rock.
Hey guys, the rivalry's renewed, right? I mean, at least it's exciting.
Unfortunately, it's back.
First time in a long time that this is going to be an exciting game. Both these games are going to be exciting against the Packers. So, I mean, I hate to put you on the spot, Ryan, but we got to know, man. What's your score prediction?
Well, fortunately I heard you ask Zach that, so I had a chance to think about it when you asked him, and it's actually a pretty simple answer for me. The Packers have this weird obsession this year with 27. It's just been their number. They've hit it a bunch of times. And when I was looking at the Bears, they've hit 24 a couple times in recent games and against slightly better teams, better defenses. The Eagles top 10-ish, Packers top 10-ish, 27-24 Packers.
So bet the Bears to cover.
Sure. Go for it. I've made some money betting against the Packers this year against the spread, so that's a safe bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it low scoring myself. I don't know, with the wind or with the weather being cold and a low possession game. I think the first half is gonna be a bigger rock fight than the second half. Personally, I think it's gonna just gut punch after gut punch and just keep this thing low scoring, low possessions. I don't know. There's so many like different things that I don't know still about the Bears, and still have questions about the Packers, because I hear a lot of these things and a lot of these people are like, well, the Packers this, the Packers that. Guys, the Bears and Packers have played just about the exact same schedule. It's not like there's some big gap where the Packers have been playing all these first place teams and the Bears have been playing all these last place teams. We've played just about the same schedule, with the exception of the Arizona Cardinals you guys played, and I can't remember the team that we played that you guys don't, but
Oh, and they've played the Lions twice already.
they played the Lions twice and handled the Lions, and everyone's using that as your barometer. Oh, they pasted us 52-21, blah, blah, blah. You know what? And then you flip it, like we talked about earlier, the Eagles, we beat the Eagles, we put 24, you guys only put up 7. To me, the measuring stick of using common opponents in a game like this, I throw it out the window and say, I don't really care. They're playing for so much in this particular game that I don't think that matters. I really don't.
Well, and that's the funny thing about it. I mean, at the end of the day, even when you look at the Vegas spread of -6, it's still a coin flip. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's even if you call it 60-40, which I don't think it quite is, 55-45. I mean, you putting your life on the line for that. How much money are you willing to bet on a coin flip? You know what I mean? It's even if I could fight you tooth and nail about the Packers being a better team, and I think out of 10 times they're going to win more than 5, but that doesn't really mean anything in this game because anybody can win at any time. I mean, this is one of the things I talked about also on my podcast, just statistically, because I can be kind of a nerd sometimes, but we get so hung up on it. Well, if you're the better team, then why didn't you win? Well, that's stupid. That doesn't mean anything. The Packers can be the better team and lose twice to Chicago, and statistically, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's 100% within the realm of possibility. So I like what they're doing. I like kind of where they're at as far as their matchup with Chicago, but if you're not nervous about this game, then you're just completely biased and blind because absolutely anybody can walk away with this win, and it wouldn't be surprising.
Oh, right. we saw it on Friday, right? I mean, listen, obviously, if the Bears played the Eagles 10 times, I think the Eagles would probably come out with 6 wins in that situation. But if you look at them on paper, the Eagles have a better roster than the Chicago Bears. But it's the NFL, man, and it's any given Sunday, and you're playing the Eagles at a time in which their offense is kind of sputtering out of control. If you would have played them earlier in the season, it's probably a different outcome. That's the NFL, and that's the reason we love it, and that's the reason we watch it. It's just nice that the Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers is actually a conversation again. I'm sure you heard Zach say before you got in here, Ryan. It's like the last few seasons, Bears fans at this point are more concerned about their fantasy team than they are the Chicago Bears. It's it's just kind of how it's been. But it's nice to see that this is surprising to us too, man. I think most of the people I picked the Bears to be 9-8. I think Sean was pretty close to there. I think Jason was pretty close to there, and obviously, Ben Johnson was a huge difference for them, and we would like to see this thing rolling. But I agree with you 100%. I picked this to be split. I think the Packers will win at home, the Bears will win at home. But any given Sunday, man, it's going to be a really good game.
It's the biggest game that the Bears and Packers have played since the 2010, which is actually in 2011 in January. That unfortunate NFC Championship game that the Packers beat us because we had to put in Todd Collins at quarterback.
I'll never forget Cutler over there riding that bike.
Oh my God!
Neither will we, man. Neither will we.
And you know what? I talked about this a little bit on our Monday show. Just going into this game, Bears are riding high. Just play bully ball against Philadelphia, made them look like clowns in their home field, beat them at their own game. Blah 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 blah. But it does seem a lot of times when we're riding high, here comes Green Bay, and that's just the hump that the Bears have not been able to get over in the biggest moments over the past 15 to 20 years.
Yeah.
So, this is why I was saying to me, like, this game is so important because we've all talked about the culture change, all these things that have changed for the Bears. Winning this game in Lambeau in such a big moment, I know it means a lot to Green Bay, but Green Bay has done it so many times where the Bears have failed. I just feel like for the Bears, this would be, hey, statement, turning point. This game, everything was on the line. We were able to do it. That's just the way I'm looking at it, I mean, because the Packers are our dream crushers. Let's be honest, guys. They have been.
For a very long time.
I think that's a big deal coming into this, too. That was one of the reasons I was nervous about the Bears-Eagles game, obviously rooting for the Eagles, but the biggest thing that made me nervous is just the difference between the environment, the locker room of the two teams. The Bears are riding high. They're feeling super confident. They're feeling just, and the Eagles are just spiraling. I mean, they all hate each other. Everything is terrible. It makes a big difference. I mean, I remember saying that with Cam Newton after they lost in the Super Bowl. That was the only game they had lost, or they lost one game that year. It's all emotion though. And once they lost that game, they were dead. They were dead in the water. So for Chicago, I mean, first of all, I'm nervous because of coming into the game the way the attitude is. But also, if you guys win this game, you're going to get catapulted 10 times higher because you overcame this and what that means for the rest of the year. But losing could be derailing. I mean, look at Detroit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Detroit now is a shell of themselves. You got Kirby Joseph deleting his social media and everything else. So, I mean, for both teams, it's big. But, I mean, just from an emotional standpoint for Chicago, this game is going to be massive.
Yeah.
I might laugh, cry, beat somebody up, get beat up. I mean, all in the course of like that 3-hour game. It's going to be insane.
Oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be real bad.
It's funny. During this 6-game winning streak that the Bears have been on, I have worn the exact same outfit. So I'm coming to River Street in my pajamas on Sunday because I'm not changing any mojo, boys.
So you're not gonna piss on your hands, are you?
No, I'm not gonna piss on my hands. No peeing on the hands. But
Moises Alou reference.
Yeah.
I have no choice. I went out with Keith for the game to the bar on Friday, and he looked at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm in my fucking pajamas, bro. I'm like, you know it. I'm like, until the Bears lose, these clothes ain't coming off.
Well, I think it's going to be nail biter, man. I think every single minute is going to be absolutely consuming, and it's going to be emotional roller coaster. And I don't think there's any shame, like you talked about earlier, Ryan, and either team losing this game. And I don't think that determines who's going to win the second game between the two. Sure. Like I said, I picked them to split before the season. I picked them to split a couple weeks ago. I'm still going to hold on to that. I would love Chicago Bears to go to Green Bay and beat the Packers, but this is just two teams where even when one team is better than the other, they know each other so well. It's kind of like, except for those years where the Bears were really bad. You're talking about one of the worst rosters in football. It's always been kind of a dogfight, man. Always. And I expect the same thing on Sunday. 100%.
That is a good point too, because somebody's going to lose, and that it's going to be miserable when that happens.
Oh God!
But at the end of the day,
Monday is going to suck so bad.
It's going to be so bad. I'm just taking the day off. But either way, week 16, we're going to be right back here again. Yeah. This game is massive. This game is the most important of the year. It's so, you know, I don't want to say I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but we're going to be right back here again, even for the loser, and it's going to come down to that game. So
yeah. I agree. And I'll tell you this, like our head coach says, man, we're looking at this. We're just trying to go 1-0. That's it. So,
all right. Who do the Packers have in between the Bears?
Broncos.
Yeah, we got the Broncos. We got
not easy going out. They got to play the Ravens too, who are starting.
Ravens. We fortunately have the Vikings at the end of the season. Hopefully, they don't just figure out how to play football out of nowhere. But yeah, we got 2 Bears games, a Broncos, and a Ravens game. So
yeah, both the Bears and Packers have tough schedules to wrap up 2025. Yeah. So
well, now you're getting into that black and blue part of the schedule. I mean, like even the Bears play the Browns in between the Packers. That's not the Browns defense will beat the shit out of you. You got
right. No, I mean it's one of those that should scare you. I mean, even when I was going into it, whenever you hear this is like a top 3 defense, I don't care how bad they are. That's scary. Yeah. When you're watching your offense and you can't get a first down, and you're just thinking, man, if they score a touchdown, I think we lose. Those are not fun games.
Yeah, and these are the months where these cold weather months where the defense wins football games. It's going to be a tough road to the end of the season for all 3 of these teams. The Lions' schedule is brutal. Brutal.
Hey, really quick, guys. First time joiners. Steve knows the policy. Thanks for joining the show, man. Really appreciate you checking us out. He said he's got a question here too. Here's the question: why is Green Bay favored by 6.5? That's a really good question. I
think it's a really good offense and a really efficient. I'm sorry, a really good defense and a really efficient offense. I think that's the reason. And they're at home, so they're probably going to extra.
And the way they've looked the last couple. I mean, with the way Jordan looked against the Lions probably has something to do with it. I mean, we talked about earlier. I feel like Jordan Love's. This is becoming his forte. Like he starts the season off a little bit shaky, a little bit slow. They lose some probably winnable games, and then he turns it on somewhere in the middle of the season and becomes a completely different player. I mean, you guys remember that happened his first season. We were all kind of surprised that the Packers paid him because we're like, well, he had a really good 8 games, but the games previous to that, he looked very consistent. So we were like, it's just not like the Packers to commit that much money to somebody who they really don't have that much tape on. But this is kind of his forte now, man. He plays better in the months of November and December.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. We're all stoked. I told Zach, dude. I said I don't think I'm going to sleep Saturday into Sunday, man. For us Bears fans, unlike you Packers fans, we haven't had big games like this very often. So this is
You don't know how to react.
Well, be prepared to be a different kind of miserable because it sucks, man. The stress is horrible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I welcome that stress.
I think it was Ryan. I think Sean and I watched the Bengals game together. Obviously, the one where Colston Loveland had that miraculous touchdown to finish off the game with 15 seconds left, or whatever. I looked at Sean an hour after the game. I'm like, I still think I'm having a heart attack, man. My heart has not stopped but usually at this point in the season, Bears fans are like, oh, who cares?
Right.
Whatever. Or we're 3-9.
It's just a game to watch on Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, and it just keeps getting worse because every game is bigger than the last game, and then you're talking playoffs, and it's you're thinking Super Bowl, could this be the year? And the losses just become more devastating. I mean, again, these are champagne problems, but it is painful. So enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to my stomach turning and whatever nails I do have, which I don't have any, biting them off on Sunday because I don't think I'll be sitting down very much on Sunday.
Well, and we're getting into the fantasy. These weeks are to decide if you get the first round bye, if you make the playoffs. This is when football gets. We're getting in the nitty gritty, guys.
Do you do fantasy, Ryan?
Not as much. Honestly, the only reason I do is with the podcast, and my son now is kind of getting into it. He's obsessed, so I kind of have to keep it going. But nice. I used to be obsessed in the last. I think the biggest problem was I started getting into too many leagues, and when you start rooting for everybody and against everybody, it's like this is stupid. I can't do this. I can't keep up, and I just kind of lost interest.
Yeah, I've said that to you before, Sean. It's like, oh man, I have Jahmyr Gibbs going in this league, but I'm playing against Jahmyr Gibbs in that league. So you're like, I hope you have a good game, maybe. And then you never want to find yourself rooting for your fantasy players over the Chicago Bears.
That's the other problem too.
When you're 3-9, you're like when the Bears are 3-9, you're like,
hey, the Bears hooked me up last week, dude, because I went against Goddard in 2 of 3 leagues, and I went against Devonta Smith in all 3 leagues. So I was like, come on, Bears, shut these boys down. So
Ryan, thanks so much for joining us, man. I appreciate it. Obviously, very intellectual. You know what you're talking about. You know your shit. It's been a pleasure, man. I hope you have a good football game. Enjoy yourself. Where are you watching the game, Ryan?
I'll be at home. I'll be sitting right here. My wife, for my birthday, got me a TV for my office, so now I never have to leave my office. So.
Where are you, in Green Bay?
No, I'm I'm kind of sandwiched between Madison and Milwaukee. I'm a couple hours away from Green Bay.
Oh, okay.
So I just sit right here, and my son will be. He wants me to do a stream, but it's like I'm going to be such a basket case. I don't need that stuff on the internet, man. All the clips of me freaking out, screaming, hating my own team because on the first drive we went 3 and out, and I'm like, "It's season's over." I don't need that online, man.
That sounds a lot like us, so we feel you.
Ryan, what's the podcast, and where else can people find you?
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's daily podcast, Packernet. So anytime you want to pop in, just see what the Packers are doing, you can do that. Don't do much YouTube anymore, although, again, my son is pushing me pretty hard, so we'll see. But that's about it. Otherwise, Pack_Daddy on Twitter if you want to get into some Twitter fights with me about Packers Bears. I'm trying to quit, but if you want to goat me into it, it's real easy to bait me.
Well, we're trying. I gotta say before we let you go, bear down. Let's get this victory. I know you got go Pack go. Give it to us.
Man.
I won't hang that on you guys, man. I'm not gonna do that to you.
Yeah, have a good holiday, man. Thank you so much for coming on, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks again for what you're doing with the charity. That sounds pretty cool. And you guys have I hope in 2 weeks you guys have a good day against whoever your opponent is.
Hey, absolutely, man. You take care out there. Be safe, and we'll be talking to you again pretty soon.
All right, I'll talk to you guys
later. I'll be chatting with you on X.
Yeah, for sure. All right, take care.
Man. All right, brother. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, he's a really good dude.
Yeah, he's very smart. Very smart. Very well spoken.
And he was originally from Illinois, so he's not a real.
That's crazy. He's from Streamwood. That's like a hop, skip, and a jump, man.
That's where I grew up. That's my first house in the Streamwood.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's how like I started connecting with him, just like talking to him on Twitter with all these other meathead, mouth breathing Packer fans, just talking all this wild, stupid nonsense. And I'd start talking to him, and I sent him something. He sent me something back. I sent him something back, and I'm like, wow, this guy's pretty level headed, dude. He's not like fuck the Bears. The Bears fucking suck. I was like, I mean, that's the comeback from every Packers fan.
Right.
Fuck the Bears. The Bears suck.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's plenty of
probably gets
Packers
that a lot on
fans.
the Bears side,
Yeah,
yeah.
plenty of Packers fans saying the same thing about Bears fans.
I mean, just listen to the score when they have callers. When they callers call in on the score, I turn the radio off because I can't listen to it.
Yeah, I you know what's funny is Kyle and I were talking about this earlier, dude. I don't really listen to the score that much anymore, ever. I get the pop-ups on my phone, like if they're gonna have like Dan Wiederer on or Jared Payton, and
Sean, hate to interrupt you, man, but real quick, Steve knows the policy. He said not all Packers fans are assholes. Not all of us are like that. And obviously,
sure.
Steve, some of our best friends, Steve, are actually Packers fans.
Yeah.
Jason and Sean know one of my lifelong friends is a huge Packers fan. And then Sean, I've never seen this name here before. It says Luke C. H6M says, I'm a diehard fan, first time listening, long time Bears fan. Thanks for joining the show, man. We appreciate you. You know, and Sean,
welcome.
You, brother. Thank you so much.
Nope.
You're in the mood, man. We're on here. We do a show Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. We do pregame show usually on Sundays. We always chit chat the Bears, talk about our game plan, our key matchups. So please, man, come join the show. Whatever you're.
And Zach too. We just had Zach Pearson on too. Get the first part of that show. It's really good.
Yeah, and Steve, I wasn't labeling all Packers fans. It's just been this week on X has just really been insufferable. I just like, man, the Bears Packers having this rivalry is not good for the NFL. It's amazing for the NFL. It's amazing for the sport. Like we should be embracing it as two groups. Obviously, we say fuck Green Bay, you guys say fuck Chicago, and that's fine. But just some of the comments. I had this one guy, I told you on X that pussy faggot paint nails guy isn't coming in the Lambeau. It's like, dude, why? Like he already went in the Lambeau and one guy. So
that's all called for.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
A troll baiting you into something, dude.
Yeah, I'm all for the friendly bantering, man. I mean, that's the Bears-Packers rivalry. That's what makes it great, right? We're so close to each other. We can get up to Green Bay's a hop, skip, and a jump away. I've been to Lambeau Field. I'm sure you guys have as well. It's a great place. It's a fun place to watch a football game. It's nice that the rivalry is kind of coming back here a little bit. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's football. We don't play for the team, you guys. It's all for good fun. It's just sports. But yeah. I know a ton of cool Packers fans. I know a ton of Packers fans who are obnoxious. I know a ton of cool Bears fans. I know a ton of Bears fans who are obnoxious. It has nothing to do with it. It's just the type of person you are. But Sean, you want to dig into this game a little bit, man? You want to start giving our key matchup real quick? I just want to say thank you and what's up to everybody in the chat, man. We haven't really had a chance since we've had these guests on the show here. But Cliff, Relentless Mike, you Prophet, Steve, we appreciate you joining us. AC Adam, James is in the house. Luke, thank you so much. First time joiner here, first time listener. We appreciate you, brother. Everybody in the chat, Breaking News, Bruce is here as always, guys. Romi's in the house. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Get that like and subscribe.
Yeah, let's break down this matchup, man. Let's give us your key matchups to the game here, brother.
You know, I kind of said it when we were with Zach a little bit. One of my biggest key matches, the game inside the game, is going to be those ends. You know, how do we neutralize Micah Parsons? What are they going to do? How are they going to do it? And then can Montez Sweat have a big game against Zach Tom, who Zach Tom is a very, very good right tackle in the league. I think those two, because we have to generate pressure. If that pressure can come up the middle,
thanks, Steve,
that would be great. But for me, it's those ends. And, you know, I would say running the ball, but after what I saw in Philadelphia, it's not really a concern. I really feel like, hey, if you really go inside the numbers, because I did do this and I have them all written down. I forgot to do a graphic to show you guys. But if you really go inside the numbers, I know the Packers defensive front seven are good. So are the Eagles. Statistically, the Eagles are a better front seven than the Packers. So that kind of brought me back a little bit like, ooh, man. The other thing that brought me back a little bit is when you go look in those box scores, 5 of the last 6 games, the Packers have been gashed on the ground. They give them $169, $120, $117. Like, dude, if that's what they're doing, the Bears are going to run this game. They're going to run them out of Lambeau. They're going to move those bodies, split those gaps, and get some big runs. And for me, being able to get pressure, that pressure, and it's been a problem all year, but getting that pressure on Jordan Love for the love of Christ, because if you weren't watching Thanksgiving, when the Lions allowed him to sit back in that pocket, he was throwing dots and just picking them apart. I think the Lions ended up with 3 total pressures in that game. I think one quarterback hit and 0 sacks. If that's the case on Sunday for the Bears front 7, it might be a long afternoon for the Chicago Bears. So,
well, what's interesting about these Bears-Packers games, guys, is sometimes when it comes to these games, like we talked about, these two teams know each other so well. You could almost take all the statistics from the season. Obviously, you're going to have your trends, and you can throw them out the window because these teams, like I said, are just so good at negating each other's strengths, and then they have to make adjustments mid-game, so it almost becomes a completely different game entirely. But yeah, Sean, I don't believe that Ozzie Trapillo has had the test he's going to have on Sunday against Michael Parsons. And this could go really, really bad for the Bears. Ozzie Trapillo, as good as he's been, he's a rookie and he's learning a new position in the NFL. And Michael Parsons is the best of the best, man. At the end of the day, he is absolutely a phenomenal pass rusher. If the Bears can't run the ball and Caleb has to stand back in that pocket, it could be a very long day for the Chicago Bears. But the same could be said for the Packers, man. If Jordan Love is getting pressured at all in any way, shape, or form, and he starts throwing that ball up like he's done in the past, the Bears secondary is the strength of their team. Now that they're all healthy, this is an opportunistic defense that could take the ball away. And I can guarantee you guys, the Packers don't want Jordan Love getting rushed and trying to run out of the pocket and throw the ball. He's not the most athletic quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't run a lot. We talked about that in the studio before the show. I truly believe of all the games we've picked this season, guys, and we can get into the game plan and how the Bears win. Obviously, run the ball. But this is the most 50-50 game the Bears have had all season.
I agree.
It's a coin flip.
I agree.
Yeah, this I think just comes down to playing a complete game on all 3 phases. Zach had mentioned the special teams, and it almost seems like you don't even really think about special teams, but I think field position might be a really big thing. I think he might have been onto something there. But the Bears have to play very, very well on all 3 phases. No mistakes, mistake-free football, like no penalties. Forget about the turnovers right now. Run the ball, and honestly, I think pressure from the defensive line needs to happen because this is probably the worst offensive line we've faced all year. If we can't get to the quarterback this week, man, that's to me the biggest indictment against this defensive line. So I hope Billings is healthy and playing. I saw him on the injury report. I'd like to see Austin Booker. He's been getting some really quality pressures, believe it or not. I don't think he's been talked about enough, but Austin Booker needs to, pop up here, and let's see something from that kid. And then Montez Sweat. You know what? I don't think he had a sack last week, but let's see you get one this week, buddy. You were on a roll there. You were like 4 or 5 games in a row where you had a sack. Let's get you 1 or 2.
Yeah, and you know what? The Bears didn't have any sacks all last week, but they did move Jalen Hurts around a lot.
Yeah, they did.
A lot. Yeah. They were, and Sean and I talked about this on Monday. You know what? A phenomenal game was Andrew Billings was constantly disrupting the timing of the offense. The Bears don't necessarily have to get home every single team they play against and every quarterback they face, but they do need to make them uncomfortable, make them move around a little bit. And like I said, guys, Jordan Love is not Jalen Hurts. You cannot run the ball like Jalen Hurts.
He's not going.
He's not known to be a super athletic quarterback. He's not. This game is going to come down to, I agree with you 100%, Jason. First of all, I like the fact that Zach brought up special teams and field position. I think that's going to be huge in this game. But it's also going to come down to, I believe, who makes the least amount of mistakes, who's the more fundamentally sound football team. I think that's how the Bears win this game. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. We saw the Eagles do it against the Bears. Every time the Eagles had a positive play against the Bears, they'd have a false start or a holding penalty, set them 10 yards back, and the Bears just started to feast on that, especially when they're in 3rd and long. Dennis likes to bring those blitzes from the outside with Gardner Johnson and Kyler Gordon, who are now both available to him. I can't wait to see what Dennis Allen does with a completely healthy secondary. Sean, we talked about it. It's not like Jalen and Kyler were full-time players last week. Now you're going to have basically the entire defense at your disposal. I believe TJ Edwards should be back. This game is going to be really, really fun to watch, but it could be heartbreaking. Absolutely. It could be heartbreaking.
It could be, for me, it could be heartbreaking if the Bears lose 35-10. I want the Bears to win this game. We all want the Bears to win this game. But if it comes down and the Bears go into Green Bay and they go toe-to-toe and they lose 24-23 or something like that, I'm going to have to just take it with a grain of salt. I really don't know how to predict this game. I'm predicting the Bears win, but I really don't know how to predict this game. I have like 7 pages of notes on this game, and it's like, wow, they do this good, but then we do this good. But then I'm like, I want to take the paper, crumple it up, and throw it away, and say it's the Bears.
Oh yeah.
For
if you say you're not nervous, you're lying. You're lying.
Yeah, like I'm honestly, dude, I'm gonna have butterfly. I have butterflies in my stomach right now, and Sunday's still 5 days away.
And you guys, you know what? Bears players, Bears coaches, Packers players, they can sit there and say this is just another game. We have to go 1-0 every week. But I mean, George Halas came in today to talk to the rookies about what this rivalry means to this franchise. This is a different game, guys, and you know, especially because in his introductory presser, Ben Johnson came out and was like, "I love beating Matt LaFleur twice a year." That Matt LaFleur is good. He remembers that. I 100% guarantee he remembers that. And both these teams know what the opposition wants to do. The Packers know the Bears want to run the ball down their throats. They absolutely know that. So they're probably going to start by stacking 8 men in the box and make Caleb beat them in the first couple quarters. But if the Bears can commit to the run, even if they're only gaining 3.5 yards a carry, make sure you commit to the run so that you can use the play action stuff like they've been doing in recent weeks. And I think, honestly, guys, even in Green Bay, if the Bears can just establish somewhat of a run game, I think you've seen this as one of the most dangerous offenses in the NFL. And I think they can absolutely go to Green Bay and win this game. 100%. It's just going to come down to who executes, man. It's going to come down to who's playing more fundamentally sound football.
Yep.
Don't put yourself in positions where you're getting pass interferences, where you're getting. Don't give the Packers anything for free.
No.
Yeah, and that's going to be key. That's going to be key. Oh, what did Sean? We're going to start locking. Look, man, you just got to be realistic with it, bro. I mean, it's a scary time because much like the Philadelphia game last week when I picked them to lose, and yes, I did, because as a Bears fan, I have so much PTSD of we just don't win games like this, and I have to get used to understanding.
We all do, Sean.
Yeah,
we
right.
All do.
That this coaching staff
it's different.
knows how to put a game plan together.
It's different.
Yes, like I'm not used to this, and I don't think anybody else should be. Right?
No, I mean the Bears are winning games you expect them to lose, and it's because of Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. We've never had you guys. The Bears have never had a franchise quarterback ever in the history of the Chicago Bears. And people can say, "Oh, I loved watching the Bears in '85. We knew they were going to the Super Bowl." Yeah, but that certainly wasn't because of Jim McMahon, right? I mean,
it was the defense.
This feels alien to all of us because we've never had a franchise quarterback. And in my life, you guys, even Lovie Smith had his fair share of critics, right? When he used to go to that prevent defense, and it was like, "Hey, you're playing to lose the game instead of like." This is different. The Bears coaching staff comes in prepared. They know how to beat the teams across from them. But I'm telling you guys, this rivalry, just how well these two teams know each other. The Packers are a damn good team too. They've got a damn good coach, Matt LaFleur.
You cannot underestimate the Packers.
Yeah, and they make good game plans. He's a damn good play caller, just like Ben Johnson is. This is going to come down to whoever plays the more fundamentally sound, clean football game and doesn't continuously put themselves in bad situations. I love Nahshon Wright. That guy's great at taking the ball away, but he's also been known to have some pretty big pass interference penalties. And if you give the Packers free plays, you give them free yards, they will find their way in the end zone. 100%.
Agreed, AC Adam. The refs better not suck.
I think
that goes penalties on the Packers.
I think that goes for both teams. Right? Like the refs have sucked all year, man. They've just been terrible. And I hope to God that such a good game with a rivalry renewed, the refs don't determine who wins this game. I hope to God that doesn't happen because that would be so disheartening for everybody involved.
Cliff, it does feel like a playoff game. It really does. It feels like, it's like a 1 and out and we're all done because if the Bears lose, the Packers are now in charge of the division and we got to wait 2 more weeks to get them. I mean, really, we only have one non-NFC team left the rest of the season. So, honestly, you could argue that every single one of these games is important. Any loss could knock you down in the standings.
Yeah, and Dustin says Packers are a damn good team and Love is a damn good quarterback, but so are the Bears and so is Caleb Williams. Yeah, I mean, and when Love is on, he's amazing. And when he's off, he's pretty average. But he looks the past couple games, he's looked as good as he has all season. Luke says Mitch had 27 touchdowns in 14 games year 2. Fields had 25 touchdowns in 15 games in year 2. Caleb has 21 touchdowns in 29 games. Best situation ever. Miss me with bullshit. I've seen this QB.
So, and really quick, guys, I don't know where I found this. It's on X, Google Bears, Packers, referees for this game. The referee crew that is officiating this game has done 5 Packers games. Packers have won all 5. They're a very intense crew on pre-snap penalties. And I also read today that this officiating crew is a lot harder on the road team than they are the home team. And again, they've officiated 5 games for the Packers. They're 5-0. So Jeff Warstedt, I believe, is the head official for this game.
That's Sean and Vizzo Joe just put out here. The refs that will be reffing. We are 0-4 in Packers games against.
Yep, it's a key stat. I'm going to give you a couple more. So I'm not trying to depress you, Cliff, but these are some things that the Bears are going to have to overcome. The Packers defense is allowing a league lowest 3.3% in explosive play rate. The Packers have also allowed a league low in yak at 4.2. It's the second fewest ever since in the next gen stat era. And they also are the second lowest in missed tackle rate at 9% in the league. So you're looking at a sure-handed defense that doesn't give up big plays. Bears are going to have to go out there. They're going to have to earn it. But again, like I said, when you look at those box scores, 5 of the last 6 games, the Packers have been gashed on the ground. I know Devontae Wyatt is not there. We had Ryan on here who said he's more of a pass rusher than a run stuffer. Carl Brooks is okay. I looked him up. His numbers aren't great. So I would like to see a lot of this schematic stuff, because when you look at what the Bears did against the Eagles, a lot of it was the same. It was just disguised differently. You know what I mean? So hopefully the Bears.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you guys. Do you? I think that the Bears' game plan is going to be very similar to Philadelphia or what you saw Washington do against Denver. I mean, they know.
Yeah.
That if Caleb stands in the pocket for a long period of time, that Micah Parsons will find his way back there. So the game plan is going to be to get the ball out of Caleb's hands as quickly as possible. And Jason brought it up. Packers are not good at rushing quarterbacks under center. The Bears play the second most under center of any team in the NFL. Caleb is more accurate at quick passes than when he stands around the pocket. Sean, I think you brought that up to me today, right? Like when he's
his 2 games against Green Bay last year were his fastest time to throw.
Yeah, and I think that has to be their game plan going into this game. Get the ball to Caleb's fast. It doesn't have to be a 20-yard completion, 20-yard completion, 20. It could be 4 yards here, 5 yards there, 6 yards there. As long as the run game is contributing in some way, shape, or form, I think the Bears can control the line of scrimmage on offense. I think the Packers are a little banged up. Like you said, Sean, they've been hemorrhaging rushing yards over the last month. I think that this plays to the Bears' strengths. I think the Bears can control that line of scrimmage, but Caleb's going to have to be efficient. He's going to have to be efficient. And you know what, you guys, what we've talked about, guys, this whole year is every time Ben talks about how he's going to hone in on something and focus on something, they've improved it the following week. So let's see if Caleb has a more efficient week than he has in weeks past. I mean, I don't think he could throw 47% completion percentage to win this game. I just don't think that's the case.
And to that point, Kyle, Jordan Love is ranked second in total EPA, first in EPA per play, first in passing EPA, ninth in success rate, third in CPOE, first in clean pocket EPA, second in clean pocket success rate, and third in non-play action EPA. I mean, he's really, since those 2 bangers against Carolina and the Eagles, he's really almost, and I hate to say it, I'm about to throw up in my mouth, but he's almost been the best quarterback in the league.
He looked like it against Detroit.
He did.
Yeah,
but that's what and this is what I was saying in our group chats this week. How many quarterbacks, would have success sitting in that Detroit game? I mean, Jordan Love was reading a fucking book in the pocket, for Christ's sake. Like, it's like, Jesus. They knew, and that's the one thing that also scares me, because who do the Bears have that's as good as Aiden Hutchinson? And they neutralized Aiden Hutchinson. They made him a non-factor.
Well, yeah, but I think the Bears also know, Dennis Allen knows he has to get creative to create pressure on the quarterback, right? You're going to see a lot of Gardner Johnson. You're going to see a lot of Kyler Gordon. You're going to see a lot of stunt blitzes. He's going to throw pressure at them from everywhere, but it's all going to look the same when they line up, right? Like, you never know where the Bears are coming from. And that's one of the great things about having Dennis Allen as a defense coordinator. But yeah, Sean, there's no doubt in my mind that if Jordan Love looks as comfortable in the pocket as he did against the Lions, it's going to be a long day for the Chicago Bears, because he will pick you apart, man. He will absolutely pick you apart. Jordan Love makes plays in big situations. Since he's been in the NFL, that's been a winning football team. He's used to winning. It's in their DNA now, man. It's been part of their identity. And if the Bears can't play, like I said, I know this sounds like I'm beating a dead horse, but if they can't play fundamentally sound football, where they're not making mistakes, not giving the Packers free plays by defensive pass interference or offsides or whatever it may be, the Packers will beat them. They need to play a damn good game.
And as Dustin's saying here, he's been reading a book on how to be a damn good quarterback. He's improved dramatically. I have to say this. Take out the 2 Detroit wins. the teams that they play have a total record of 19-46, I believe it was. It's not like he's sitting in the pocket tearing apart the top defenses in the league. He's playing the same shitty defenses that the Chicago Bears are. So I'm not ready. I'm personally not. You guys all can if you want. I'm not ready to anoint this guy as some king or some great quarterback because he's not playing good competition either, guys. He's playing shit defenses and doing what he's supposed to do, beat them. So that's my take on it.
So I just looked it up while you guys were talking. Dennis Allen versus Matt LaFleur. They've only matched up or met each other as Matt LaFleur head coach and Dennis Allen as defensive coordinator, and they're split 1-1.
Yeah.
So not a big sample size there. They've never obviously faced each other in 2025 yet, but it'll be. I think that's going to be a big interesting matchup here because we are still depleted on defense. But let's see how smart Dennis Allen is. We all know Ben Johnson's going to be able to scheme things up. No doubt about that.
And Jason, their offensive line's depleted, so the Bears have to find a way to create pressure. I mean, if you can't, like you said earlier, if you can't create pressure on an offensive line that's missing some of their best pieces and has been banged up all year, and like you said, Jason, what did you say? This is going to be the third offensive line in the last 4 games or something. Then you're in big trouble, especially when you get to the playoffs and you're playing much better teams. But I mean. You guys, for me, it's very tough because if this was a normal Bears team, I would pick the Packers to win at home. But Ben Johnson just seems to be a genius, and he always finds a way to exploit the other team. And I think that he can do that against the Packers. It's not like they have the best defense in the NFL. I think this is a winnable game. It's just going to be a dogfight. It's going to be an absolute dogfight.
You want to know too, the one thing that we haven't mentioned yet is Jeff Hafley and Ben Johnson are very familiar with each other. In his time in Detroit, he averaged 30 points. I think it was either 30 or 32 points against the Green Bay Packers in Jeff Hafley's defense. So it's not like a guy he's not familiar with. It's not the biggest difference, obviously, is they have one of the best defensive players on the freaking planet on their team now. Fuck you, Jerry Jones, for sending him to Green Bay to begin with. But it to me, it's like the familiarity there. I can't say that word 5 times between those two. I think that's a key element to this game. He knows how to beat him. He's 5-1 against the Packers. He's 3-0 in Green Bay in his time in Detroit as the OC. I think that's a very, very big key factor in this game is just he knows what they're going to do. It's the matter of the Bears on offense executing like they did against Philadelphia. And because I saw it against Philadelphia and I don't care, the next person that tells me Philadelphia is collapsing, I don't give a shit. Those are still elite football players that the Bears went in and beat the shit out of in their own game, in their own house. I think the Bears can do it again this week. I do. I really do. I really do.
Yeah, don't ever make excuses for winning the National Football League. These are professional football players who are all drafted in the NFL draft, and there's a reason they're playing in the NFL. Winning any game in the NFL at all is a
not
good
easy
win because these teams are all. I mean, there's no team in the NFL that doesn't have a win, right? Like they all can find a way to win on any given Sunday. The Bears and Packers it's just. This rivalry has always been like, and I understand. I agree with you, Mikey. I agree with you, Cliff. I agree with you, Pilgrim. Everybody's saying in the chat here, this is a different team. They have Ben Johnson who finds a way to win no matter what. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. But we haven't really seen Ben Johnson play the Packers as the Bears head coach. So we don't. Maybe this rivalry will be muddied up. These games will be muddied up like they have in the past. Maybe that's just what this is, and it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last or one of those situations. But I expect the Packers to give the Bears a better fight than the Eagles did.
I do too. I agree.
I expect this game to look more like the Giants game, where if you're going to win it, you're going to have to win it on the last possession.
Let's.
We're
going to start doing our picks.
The ideal situation for me for the Chicago Bears, and your brother who is not present right now would be so proud of me, is the Bears to have that ball with 2 minutes to go and get it in Caleb's hand, down a point.
I mean, well, you talk about taking the wind out of the Packers' sails. If he does it to the Packers, if he goes in there and like he did it 2 times last year, he should have been 2-0 against the Packers.
Yeah.
Both games were solely because of Caleb Williams and what he did in the last drive of the game. If he does that to them again, for the 3rd time in 3 games, where he puts the Bears in position to win with less than a minute left, that is going to hurt Packers fans because you might be looking at what's to come for the next 10 years here, guys.
I was going to say, man, coming into this year, everyone was saying Packers Super Bowl, Packers Super Bowl. This is supposed to be the Packers year, man. What is the 7-year head coach, 6-year quarterback? They traded for an elite playmaker and Micah Parsons. They didn't see the Bears coming, and honestly, I still don't know that the Packers, I don't know. I'm just not sold on this Packers team, dude. Outside of the wins against Detroit, as I just said, the teams they played are the same as the Bears. They have, I think it was 1936 or 1946 record against the teams they play. It's not like they're beating juggernauts, and they were struggling against these teams too. So it's again, I think, as the chat's saying, as we've been saying, I think this is really a even matchup. But
Lambeau is tough to play in, though.
Well, so is Philadelphia. So is Lincoln Financial Field.
Sure,
so I just think that this, you put that 7 points on the board and say, hey guys, this is what the national media thinks of you, or this is what the national the bettors,
the betting experts,
Vegas, this is what they think of you guys. They think you're going to come in here and get smoked. Here's the model. The model says the Bears are going to lose this game 29-17 when played 1,000 times. The Packers are 78% chance to win this. Put this shit on a bulletin board. Let these guys soak that in for a couple of days.
100%. I mean, I don't think you should have to look too deep to find motivation to beat the Green Bay Packers. I mean, this is one of the oldest rivalries in all of sports, and the Bears players should know that, and the coaching staff should know that as well. But yeah, I mean, this is the second week in a row where the national media and the betting experts alike have just absolutely disrespected the Chicago Bears. Once again, they're basically telling you that they think this is going to be a walk in the park for the Green Bay Packers. So go in there and prove them wrong. Go in there, go into their house, just like you did the Philadelphia Eagles, be the more physical team and go beat the shit out of them. And that'll put the Bears, that'll send a message to the rest of the world that the Bears are absolutely 100% for real. And they will move up to top 5 in the power rankings. 100%. No doubt about it.
And Jebediah, they are 100% saying the exact same thing about the Chicago Bears. They are. It's been on X all week. The Bears haven't beat anybody. The Bears haven't, but Dustin put it up. The Bears, I believe it was the second most wins against teams over 500 right now. So to say that the Bears haven't beat anybody, it's kind of not true.
It seems like the media and the betting experts have the same problem the Bears had early in the season. I think the media is just waiting for this Bears team to implode like it has in years past. I think they're just scarred by what the Bears have put on the field over the last 20 years. And it's taking them forever to come around to accept the fact that maybe this is just a damn good football team. And that's why they're 9-3. But I feel like people are making excuses for themselves and finding reasons why the Chicago Bears can't be good. But you guys, at the end of the day, they're 9-3 and they're a damn good football team. And I think the Packers know that. I think they know.
I think they do too. As much as the fans want to put this out there, it is what it is, man. Man, I don't know how I'm going to sleep on Saturday, man. I can barely sleep now. This has been since we beat Philadelphia. I've had Packer on the brain. Like, I can't get this game out of my freaking head. And this is like turning into the longest week ever. Like, fuck. Come on, let's get to Sunday at 3:25. At least they didn't bump it to 7:20. I might have a coronary by 7:20.
And nobody can deny the fact that the Bears are always disrespected. I mean, look at this post that Dustin makes here. I mean, like maybe he says maybe the Bears will end up being top 10 in Super Bowl odds after beat the Packers. The Ravens are bigger favorites. The Chiefs are bigger favorites. Two teams who, if they lose one more game, are probably eliminated from the playoff hunt, and they're still ranked higher than the Chicago Bears. This is how it's been my entire life, guys. The Bears have never really been taken seriously. This is a different team with a different coach and a different quarterback.
That's the exact definition of recency bias.
This is not the same old Bears. It's just not. And I think they proved that by going into Philadelphia and absolutely dominating that football game. I think.
Hey, Kyle, I showed this to. I said this to you a little bit earlier. We're looking over this Packers schedule. If you're telling me that Jacoby Brissett can go against this Packers defense and go 25-36 for 280 yards and 2 passing touchdowns and average 8 yards a pass, you bet your fucking ass Caleb Williams can do that shit. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind, because Jacoby, he got sacked 6 times in that game too, and he still threw for almost 300 yards. I think the Bears will be able to move the ball in this game. I really, really do.
Oh yeah, this is not going to be. The Packers are not going to dog walk the Bears like in years past. And Dustin says here the Bears weren't taken seriously in 2006 either. Yeah, and it's kind of the opposite, right? Why? Right? Like in the 2006, it was because they were like, "Oh, Rex Grossman's your guy's Super Bowl. You stand no chance." Now it feels like nobody's buying in the Bears defense, because if you look at the metrics, they're not very good, but they also haven't been healthy at all this season.
Yep.
And Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and TJ Edwards make a big difference. You're not going to be watching the same defense on Sunday that you were watching against teams like the Giants and the Bengals. This isn't the same team. It's a different team. You're getting 3 studs back. You're getting the 3 guys back who Ryan Poles decided needed to be extended and needed to be here in Chicago for a long time, because they were the 3 best players on his defense, and they're all back healthy. Well, at least we're assuming that TJ Edwards is going to be back healthy. This is not the same team, guys.
And you want to know, this is bulletin board material right here too, that Evan Williams came out today and pretty much said, man, we go out there and play our best ball, we don't feel there's any team in the league that can hang with us. Evan Williams talking about the Packers-Bears rivalry. That's a direct shot at the Bears, saying that, hey, if they play their best game, you play your best game, we will beat you. Evan Williams, I think you're wrong.
He's got to say that. That's a dumb quote. Like, what is he supposed to say? Well, if we play our best ball, we're probably going to lose. Nobody's ever going to say that.
I think we're going to be looking at this on Sunday.
I think he's upset.
That's what I want to see on Sunday.
I think he's just upset and constantly angry that his name is Evan Williams.
The cheapest whiskey there is.
They're absolutely disgusting. All right, Sean, let's get to these pick sixes.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the NFL slate for Sunday. Well, honestly, we haven't picked our Bears score yet, so let me draw up this board. And boys and girls, I'm going to get this together next week. Get these standings out. And
you say that every week.
Well, every week it just gets compiled, and right now it's just so much Bears on my brain, Bears and backers on my brain. I'm having a hard time focusing on making phone calls for work right now. Bears? I mean, yeah. It's like, fuck, dude. All right, Kyle, me, Jay, Bruce. Who else is we got Cliff.
We got Mikey.
All right, someone tell me. He's got Bears what?
Cliff's got 24-21 Bears.
24-21.
Bruce is 23-20 Bears.
Bruce is 23-20 Bears.
By the way, I'm 35-20 Bears. I think there's going to be a lot more scoring than people think.
35-20 Bears. Who else we got? Who else we got in here?
Cliff, 24-21. We did that, right? Yeah.
Where you at, Mikey? I know Mikey's usually in on this.
James has the Packers 20. No, I'm just kidding. James has the Bears 28-13.
Bears 28-13. Well, I want to give my score first. Jay already went first, and so did Bruce. I'll give mine here. I'm gonna go low scoring rock fight here. Man, this is so tough.
I don't think I've ever seen you so unsure about a sporting event, Sean.
I'm just not sure about this score.
Sean, hurry up. We're losing scores over here, man.
I'm gonna go. I got Romy here. Romy has what? 28.
27 Packers.
28.
Bears 28, Packers 27.
Jebediah has 77 nothing to Bears.
Jed, I like it.
I do too.
I'm gonna go 23-24 Bears. 23-24 Bears. 23-24 Bears. 24-23 Bears. The Bears.
Sean, Steve's got the Packers winning 27-20. So he's got him covering the spread.
Steve has what? 27-20 Packers.
Yep.
27-20 Pack.
I'm gonna go 23-21 Bears.
23-21. Oh, Kyle, you're picking the Bears. I thought you were going to pick the Packers.
Sean, this is a game where I will always think with my heart. I cannot pick the Green Bay Packers. Even if this was 2020 when I knew they were going to lose, I'm still not picking the Packers to beat the Bears. Dustin has the Bears winning 24-23.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
AC Adams 28-24 Bears.
I'll take it, Dustin. Or is he making fun of me?
No, I don't think so.
No, he thought you picked him to lose.
Oh, no. He's not picking that. AC had what?
28-24 Bears.
28-24 Bears.
Laz is Packers 28-17.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He says, hate to say it, I got Packers 28-17, but we beat them.
Laz, shame on you. Shame. Everybody knows your name. You know what? I said that to Courtney Cronin today. Did
I
you
saw
see
the
this shit
ketchup on the hot dog.
with the ketchup on the hot dog? She's like, "Oh no, I'm not really from Chicago. Ketchup goes on the hot dog." I'm like, "You're an idiot. Ketchup doesn't go on the hot dog."
Cliff
Go to
says,
the Wiener Circle and ask for ketchup on your hot dog.
Cliff says,
yeah, follow that one.
Cliff says he doesn't take Packers players in fantasy because he can't cheer for the Packers.
I just
can't.
traded for Josh
I-
Jacobs. For Christ's sake.
Yeah, listen, I'll take a Packers player in fantasy. I can't pick the Packers to beat the Bears. I just don't have it. It's not in my soul.
Well, let's pick this slate. How about that? Because we got a big one on Sunday night from Kansas City as the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs square off in what is a very, very important matchup in the playoff picture in the AFC. Houston comes in at 7-5. KC is in a must-win situation at 6-6. Who we got, chat? Who we got, boys?
I'm going Chiefs, man. I'm gonna keep picking them until they're out. I'm sorry. I just
You
can't-
say it's Houston, KC?
Houston, KC in Kansas City.
I'm doing. Houston's defense is staunch. I'm going Houston.
Go Texans.
Bruce is going Texans.
Boy, Bruce.
Dustin's got the Chiefs.
I'm going to go KC as well. I have to. Their back's against the wall. I can't bet against Pat Mahomes, too. And Jay, trust me. I love Will Anderson. I think that guy is a menace, dude. And I love that defense. But it's Pat Mahomes was back against the wall.
Dustin's taking the Chiefs. Relentless Mikey is taking himself.
He's taking himself.
Yeah.
Where is Mikey? I don't even have a Bears pick for Mikey, man.
He's got the Bears
28
to 14.
28.
Steve says right now KC is favored by 3.5.
That is very true.
Romy is taking Houston.
Rome, where's Rome? Houston. All the Houston takers are saying it's the end of the dynasty in Kansas City.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? It's been a slow death. I think they're on the way out.
I think it's gotta.
Mikey's got Houston.
Jed has
Houston.
Houston.
What's up, Lindsay?
What's up, Linz?
Lindsay put the puking emoji and said, "Better be the Chiefs."
Who said that?
Lindsay.
Linz?
Just for the chat's sake, you guys. Lindsay is from Kansas City, so big Chiefs fan.
Yep.
Anybody else in on this one? Mikey has Houston. Where's Mikey at here? Mikey has Houston. Anybody else jumping in?
Steve's got Kansas City. Kansas. I like that score prediction too.
Man, I'm going to be nice and drunk for this one for Kansas City, Houston. You lit up like a Christmas tree. Here's another big one. We talked about this, Kyle. You and I talked about this.
Sean Laz has Kansas City.
Oh, Laz, all right. I think we talked about this game yesterday, Kyle. Big one. As the Cincinnati Bengals and the return of Joe Burrow head to Orchard Park, New York to take on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Cincinnati still has a very slight outside chance of making the playoffs. The Bills are beat up, and
we got you, Mikey. We got you.
Back. I don't know if their tackles are coming back.
Sean, I'm going Bengals.
Bengals, okay.
Bills.
Dustin's got the Bills. Bruce has the Bills.
Dustin, where's Dustin? Where do I got Dustin? Bills. Who else?
Bruce has the Bills.
Bills.
Dustin has the Bills.
Bruce, Bills.
Dustin, Bills.
There's a lot of names on here. I'm not picking against Josh Allen, man. Let's go.
Mikey and Steve have the Bengals.
Mikey and Steve. Steve Bengals. Mikey Bengals. Laz is Bills.
I'm going to go Bills too, because the way that they ran the ball last week, their offensive line is firing on all cylinders right now. So
they did. And that was missing. Their starting tackles. That's crazy.
But the Bills also hemorrhage rushing yards.
Jebediah is given a tie.
They're second worst in the NFL against the run. Jed's cut a tie for this game and 77-0 for the Bears game.
I love it, Judd. I'm going to buy you a house if the Bears win 77-0.
Is that we get everybody? We get everybody, Sean?
I don't have a couple people if they throw it in. We'll just have to.
Romy's got the Bills.
Bills. Missing James Cliff. AC. But AC didn't do anything else besides the Bears. So I'll be on the lookout for Cliff and James. They're the only two I'm missing. Man, this slate kind of sucks outside of those games.
Well,
how about tomorrow?
Yeah, I was going to say
Detroit
tomorrow's a
and
great
Dallas.
game. Oh,
yes.
Game.
Yes.
Dallas all day.
Yeah, Dallas.
I'm gonna go with you, Jay, man. I'm gonna put the hatchet in Detroit, man.
Sean, did you get Laz taking the Bills?
Yes.
Hey, Liz.
Jay, you have Dallas, right?
Yes.
Steve has Dallas. Dustin has Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas is so hot, man. They're so hot right now.
Yeah. They might take me to the fantasy bowl in Mills League.
I'll tell you this: I freaking picked up Isaac Tesla in every league, dude. It's Isaac Tesla and Jameson Williams. And that guy Tom Kennedy that had a couple
Sean,
of catches.
Mikey has Dallas. Jed has Detroit.
Jed. Detroit. Romy? We need a Romy?
I'll go Detroit.
Kyle is going to go with the line. Where is that game, by the way? Oh, it's in Detroit.
Dallas, or Laz has Dallas.
I'm going to stick with Dallas. I can't. If Amon-Ra St. Brown wasn't hurt, I'd probably go the other way. Who'd you pick, Kyle? Detroit?
Detroit.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be a big Jahmyr Gibbs game.
Bruce, who'd you take?
Dallas.
Dallas?
Yep.
Romy? Dallas? All right. Asking you shall receive. Jed has Detroit, Steve, Dustin, Les, and Mike got him. All right, let's pick another
Kennedy is just Tim Patrick in whiteface.
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh, Jesus. I look right past this game. This game is titanic.
Oh, God.
In the AFC South. As the Indianapolis Colts head to Duval County to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both of them are 8-4.
Jaguars.
That AFC, what are they? The AFC South? Or
I'm going to go Jags.
Yeah,
Jags.
The quarterback's playing with a broken leg.
Did you guys know that the Jaguars? I think I saw a statistic today, and don't quote me because it was in passing, but I think the Jags have allowed 86 rushing yards or less to the last 6 teams they've played.
So who have the Jags?
The Jaguars, yeah.
The Jaguars defense is very underrated, man. It's very underrated.
I mean, if that stat's correct, and I didn't screw that up, that's amazing.
Jed's got Jags. Jed has the Jags. Who's coming in here?
Steve's got the Colts. Laz got the Jags.
Steve's got the Colts. Laz is the Jaguars. Mikey's got the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Dustin's asking a question. He says, "Can I punch myself in the balls repeatedly instead of picking a winner in this damn game?"
Sure. Can we all watch you do that?
Sure.
Dustin's taking the Colts with a don't give a shit face emoji.
A 6-7 face.
I mean, it's a big game in the NFL. That's what you got.
Yeah.
It really is.
Daniel Jones not healthy, but I don't know.
I think that's everybody. Steve didn't pick him. Did Steve throw one in here?
Steve, you got the Colts or the Jags, brother?
He got the Colts.
He's got the Colts.
He's got the Colts. I think I got every. Bruce, who'd you take, Bruce?
Jags.
Jags. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jags. Romy. Did Romy throw one in?
Not for this one, no.
All right, we'll be on the lookout if he does. That's
The last one he did was Dallas.
He's got the Colts.
Colts.
There you go.
Colts. That's everybody. All right, so I guess we'll do the battle of 6-6 teams. As Maryland does crab cakes and football, the Pittsburgh Steelers head to Baltimore in a battle in the AFC North this Sunday.
Baltimore.
All day long. They're going to dog walk him. Pittsburgh's falling apart.
Aaron
Rodgers is doing his cancer thing in the locker room. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we can't sit here and act like the Baltimore isn't struggling either. I mean, Lamar Jackson right now looks like a shell of himself with the injuries he's dealing with, but
Pittsburgh's just tough to watch, man.
Yeah.
Tough to watch, man. They can't get the ball to any of their playmakers.
No.
Mikey's going to take Pittsburgh, bro.
Mikey's taking Pittsburgh in the upset. All right. I mean, it's not insane. I mean, it's not like Lamar Jackson's been stand out so far.
Free Mike Tomlin.
Send him to the Giants. Jackson
might go to like Penn State. He should, but I don't know if anybody wants to coach Penn State.
You know what? I heard that today, that Tomlin would be a great coach for a high-end program, and kids would be attracted because they would.
He's never had a losing season.
Sean Judd's got the Ravens. Laz has Lamar 27, Rodgers 17. So Laz has the Ravens.
Who is that, Laz?
Steve has the Ravens.
I go Ravens too.
Steve.
Mikey went Pitt with the upset, huh?
Mikey went Pitt. What did Dustin do? Nothing?
Last thing he said was fucking AFC South.
So yeah, we just need Romy.
Romy's always the last guy to walk into the classroom. I can tell you that shit right now.
Dustin.
Baltimore. And then we'll get Dustin's Bears pick tomorrow after you guys pay and watch the bare minimum on at 11:30 in the evening for you guys that are the late night owls who like to burn the midnight oil. And if you don't, you know what a great idea is? On your commute to work, you should throw them on. You should listen to them. They're fun. They're entertaining.
That's a great idea.
Sean, you see Romy had the Ravens, right? You got that?
Got the Ravens. That is the pick 6 of the week. And holy crap, man. Oh my God. I was wondering, I was starting to think, like, why am I having such a hard time sleeping? And I just think it's because I got Bears and backers on my brain in this titanic matchup. I just can't stop thinking about
Sean,
it.
you're not a big football fan, are you?
I literally cannot stop thinking about this game.
Yeah, Sean, Mikey just took the words out of my mouth. You want to throw up the ad one more time for Sunday's game?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Don't forget, everybody. Don't forget, everybody.
Did I see a jersey hanging on the wall, too?
Oh, yeah. There is going to be a Caleb Williams jersey giveaway as well. I forgot all about that. Thank you. They are giving that away on Sunday, aren't they, Kyle?
I believe so, yes. But that one's going to be, you don't buy raffle tickets. You just fill out the form at the front door.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's a free. That's free. These prizes cost. We're raising money for charity, for poor people.
Yeah, guys. And then
not necessarily poor people. They basically help people with medical care that can't afford it because whatever it's cancer. It's also children. It's a great charity, guys. Bears Care is a phenomenal charity.
Dustin brings up a good point too, guys. Remember, Ohio State and Indiana Saturday. It's going to be
a fantastic game. So that's right. This Sunday, December 7th. We're going to be having you guys. We're not going to do the live podcast. We are going to stick to our 10 a.m. time slot because all of the 4 stars can't be there together. And this just frees me up to start drinking and not have to be drunk out of the air. We will have $3 Coors and Miller Lite Tall Boys. And same rules apply as always. You go up to the bartenders and say, Sean said my first beer is on me because I watch 4-star Chicago sports. It will be on me, except for you, Bruce. You don't count.
No,
I'm going to say it.
We got half-off wings. And, again, we got Dan Hampton. Packers suck. We got my boy, one of my favorite Bears of all time, Dan Hampton, or Lance Briggs. We got the Dan Hampton autographed helmet. We got the number 1 draft pick in the league, or Bears, not in the league. The number 1 draft pick for the Bears. I'm getting a little tired.
For third most receiving yards on the Bears, guys.
And don't forget, all the money, we're going to split it 50-50. So if you spend $100, you can still walk out the door. I think the last one, we were almost close to $1,000. So someone made somewhere almost $500. paid for their tab, and walked away with some dollar bills, y'all.
Real quick, Steve, thank you so much. First of all, for joining the podcast today, we appreciate it. It's always nice to get perspective from a different fan base. And thanks for the chat here, man. He says this is a cool podcast. Give you props. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Well, come back anytime. And if you have a podcast, you want some guests, hit us up, man. We like to share the love.
Yeah, and Cliff says his charity is always for a great cause, guys. Medical charges can impact people greatly. Not everyone works and has good insurance. So 100%, man. People.
My wife had a brain tumor when we had no insurance at all. It was mighty expensive.
Trust me. And Mikey says you get to spend time with an insufferable Bears fan. Him.
And Jason, when I was doing immunotherapy and chemotherapy and all that, I had insurance and it was still expensive. Insurance, my insurance doesn't cover everything. It was
the medications aren't covered all the way. I mean, there's every single person gets a cut. I mean, I'm in the auto industry, and at times I think it's terrible. Trust me, the medical industry, they're all making money. Nobody's starving in the medical industry.
Steve, we are on Mondays at the House Hall Hangover. The reason we do it at 6:00. The reason we do that show a little bit early is because we want people to have a chance to go watch Monday Night Football. So Mondays at 6, the Barely There podcast here Wednesdays at 7 p.m. The bare minimum is on at 11:30 p.m. So if you don't have a chance to watch it, you're not a night owl, go to watch it in the morning on your way to work, whatever. And then Sunday mornings, we always do a pregame show, usually at 10 a.m. The times vary a little bit, but usually 10 a.m. pretty consistent.
Yep. Yeah. And we're going to keep that time slot. So it's just going to be an in-house party. It's going to be a great time. Jay, I might bring the nutcracker. I might bring the good luck nutcracker. You know, we got, I think he gave me, I think they gifted me that back. And then the next year, 2018 happened. And I know we still had the double doink, but it was a fantastic season. And I might bring
back the nutcracker Dustin. Are you bringing Dustin?
We're bringing Dustin. Yes.
So he can punch somebody else in the nuts instead of himself.
Someone wants to say hi before we put a bow on this, boys. We got a couple things.
Hello, guys. Say
hi.
Noel Goman.
Tell me what you think about the Packers, Avery.
I think they're the worst team in the world.
That's
right. That's right.
You must be getting good grades in school with
you're obviously very intelligent. You guys,
yeah.
Laz says
for social studies.
Laz says,
all right, let me finish up here.
Laz says you guys are one of my favorite shows, even though I was giving you crap last week for riding the Eagles. He says, calling you Eagles podcast. Yeah,
hey, man, we love it, Laz.
Yeah, it's all good fun, Laz. We appreciate the banter, man. It makes the show much more fun.
Absolutely.
Cliff says, my daughters are in medical industry. They make very good salaries. Yeah.
Oh, God bless them. They're saving people's lives, but it's expensive is my point. I mean,
and I think he's saying it is expensive because his daughters could attest that they make very good money by charging people.
Good for them. I should have done
it. Yeah, which they should. I mean, they're saving lives. It's a good, it's a good industry.
100%.
Those are people who should be getting paid a lot of money. Like 100%.
Well, boys.
All right. Anything else, guys? Sean, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Anything you want to get out there before we wrap up?
Shit. Fuck Green Bay.
All right. Yeah. Let's go. That a boy. Awesome. Austin Booker. Thank you again, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, let's prove it on Sunday, Austin.
Yeah, let's go.
Where is
this? I have a feeling Sean's not done yet.
No, I think. Oh.
Fuck Green Bay! Fuck Green Bay! Fuck Green Bay! Fuck Green Bay! Fuck Green Bay!
Fuck Green Bay! Fuck Green Bay! Fuck Green Bay! Yes, sir!
Good, better, bad! Never let it rain! Never let it rain! You're gonna get better! You're gonna get better! You better get better! You better get better! Bears on 3! 1, 2, 3!
Guys, it's finally here.
Yes,
Bears, Packers week.
Let's
Everybody,
go.
please take care of yourselves so you can take care of each other. And fuck Green Bay.
Yes.
Fuck Green Bay.
Go. Let's
always.
Fuck Green Bay.
God, let's get this win, boys. I don't know. I'll tell you this. I will not be on X, or I might be dead to the world if the Bears get blown out, which I don't think is going to happen.
No.
But fuck Green Bay. Fuck the Packers.
Yes.
Let's go, Bears.
Let's go. Yep.
Until tomorrow night with Dustin and Brandon, y'all. Kyle.
I already said it. I said take care of yourself so you can take care of each other. And then I said fuck Green Bay.
Well, say it again. I feel the love.
Hey, Steve, it's nothing personal, man.
Yeah, Steve. So we've been ending our shows like that for since the beginning, my friend. So it's not just a this week thing; it's an every week thing. But we love you and we appreciate you checking us out, and we hope to see you again real soon. Just like everybody else in the chat.
Hey,
Bear the fuck down this week, everybody. Let's get it.
No Bears, Brooke.
No Bears.
No
Brookie.
Bears. Brookie. Yeah.
Can she say Packers suck yet, Kyle?
Can you say
She did say Sean.
Can you say suck?
Suck.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're gonna win for sure now.
Let's go.
Brookie.
Knuckles.
Yeah.
We love that. That was my favorite part of the show. That was my favorite part of the show.
Yes,
without
sir.
a doubt. Until next time, y'all. We love y'all. Peace. Stay safe out there.